Today we move to wide receivers here on College Football 27. We got 25 number one overall wide receivers, and starting things off with a great one, Evan Tull, a gem. It's always great to start things off with a gem, and when we're talking about wide receivers, there's a couple of schools that come to mind. Ohio State is one of them, and I mean, hey, whoever you consider wide receiver Ohio State's in that conversation, whether you want to say it's them, it's LSU, Alabama, whoever else. They are going to be a big factor in this video. Indiana grabs the second receiver. As you know, things move pretty fast here, and things are going to move fast in this one, especially because Evan Tull in his second year takes a +8 leap and is already starting at Ohio State as a second-year player. Rashawn Kashama, also our third wide receiver, is also a gem, so we're already starting off with a lot of stuff here. 2 gems in our first 3, and one of them already starting at Ohio State. The number 1 ranked Ohio State, who's 13-0 in the playoffs, second-round matchup against USC, and we'll see if Tull can do something here, but the run game is doing the big work for them right now, and a big carry to the 27 as they swing one outside. Tull with the catch. There's 4. Keep an eye on him. Number 10 as they'll throw. Henderson will get it on the run, and a completion for the first down at the 19-yard line. It's a 10-10 game as straight through the middle. Oh my goodness, that is an incredible burst of speed and a touchdown. That was just lightning fast. Buckeyes by 7 now with 8 to go in the fourth as they swing one outside, and USC will be set up with a 3rd down and 2 in the pistol play action. And with the man coming in, drills him, he gets the throw off, and that is a very good throw while taking a hit. But the next 2 plays don't really go their way. 3rd down and 6. So another 3rd down, and that's a tight throw on a slant. Couldn't reel it in. 4th down and 6. They flow one up top. Running back is free, and a touchdown. Ohio State sent everybody. It came up empty-handed. Trojan touchdown to tie things up. And we'll see if the Ohio State offense can do a little bit more. Henderson with a completion for 0 as they'll swing one outside. This time, it's the right side. Flats got 5, 3rd and 5. And Henderson, we can maybe look for Tull. No, Flats again. Tight end is just getting fed now. 3 grabs. It does net them a first, and now Tull on the catch. And here's the second catch of the game. For Evan Tull, he'll have 7 yards on the run. And the quick throw over the middle of the RPO now. It'll be to the 38-yard line. 5 minutes to play, and Ohio State driving. Boundary run, number 41, turns the corner. He scored the touchdown earlier, and he almost takes it away. DJ Cross to the 8. And Henderson in the flats is getting no gain, but it will be 4 minutes to play. Toss one out, and Cross can't get to the edge this time. They have that covered. 3rd and goal. And what does Henderson have? Short of the goal line. He's at the 1. 4th and goal. And they'll kick a field goal to take the lead by 3 with 3 minutes to play. And straight through the middle. That's a big run. And the interior of Ohio State had nothing for it. 37-yard line. Play action. Oh, he threw it right at him. It was a predetermined read. And the linebacker was sitting on it for the pick. And now Ohio State can end this game. Henderson draw. And Henderson. First down, USC first timeout. Handoff. Cross. Down for a loss of 2. 2nd and 12. And we'll find Hull. He's open. He turns upfield. He's got 9. It's 3rd and 3. Game on the line. And they get the first. And they get the touchdown. This running back is crazy. And another one for Ohio State to make it a 10-point game. I think he could have just really went down there and they wouldn't have been able to run the clock out with the kneels, but hey, they're going to be content giving USC the ball. They're backed up, though, after a sack. They'll complete a pass to get some of the sack yards back, but it's 3rd down and 13, and he'll scramble. He'll slide. He'll have 4th and 6 with 1:45 to play, and taking his deep shot. It's going to be incomplete, and that'll be game. Ohio State's going on to the semifinals, and Tull An 8-catch, 81-yard game. You got to see him have about 3 catches in the fourth quarter, and now they move to a Boise State matchup. Boise State is 14-0, and the first play of the quarter is a touchdown for Ohio State. From the goal line, they make it a 29-24 game where they are still losing, and Boise now with the ball up by 5 and trying to extend upon their lead, and straight through the middle on the ground. He makes a cut. He's got 19. 41-yard line. Handoff again. This one a little bit better on the defensive side. Just a yard. 3rd down and 9. They send the heat. Boise gets it out. Field goal range might have been acquired with just that couple of yards gained. They'll try it from about 55, 56, and the kick is good. And it makes it an 8-point game. Huge for Boise. Now on the offensive side for Henderson. He's got a first down completion of the 38. Swing one out. And there's Tull for about 10. They call it 2nd and inches. Henderson, that's a good job to get that off in time. Right as the free rusher came in, it's a first down. Now in the bubble. Only 2. Nice open tackle. 2nd down and 8. They go inside. I want to see number 41 carry the ball again because that dude was crazy. Instead, it's the other running back getting the ball. Henderson throwing an outside. That's a tough one to make, and he couldn't reel it in. Defense got there. 2nd and 10. Now outside, got another receiver for a first to the 25-yard line. Here's number 41 with the burst, and he's going to find himself to the 8-yard line. This dude has just such a quick step. Play action, roll out, Henderson on the run. It's Tull. Touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. Hand off. Oh, he's close. He doesn't have it, though. And the touchdown from our number 1 overall receiver might end up being for nothing if they can't get a stop here. Now, there's still plenty of time, 4 minutes to play, but Boise running very well. They already got 1 first on the drive, now a 9-yard carry. 2nd and 1, throw one outside, he's on that! And they're getting some injury timeouts to give them a little bit more extra time, and a 4th down stop there as Ohio State's going to get the ball, and plenty of time on the draw. They'll take it for 6. They got 3 minutes to go. Play action now. And an open man coming across the field. He's taking it up the sidelines of the 45. Flipping the field, and now they're at Boise territory. Right around field goal range. I think that puts them in it now. With 2:25 to go, Henderson is going to throw one down the field. In the red zone they go. And I think this could be it for Ohio State to be able to go to the national championship in year 1. As if they can keep this drive moving a little bit more. Another first down. And no, they can't get it. They got to try the field goal. Boise will have a minute and a half to make up the 1-point deficit. 1:15 to go. And a catch on the outside on the curl will get him to the 39. Quick inside. That's broken up. 3rd down and 10 very quickly. They throw 2 incomplete passes. Now a drag. He's got the first. He's going to be at the 46. 61 seconds to play. They go to fake and around, and that's going to lose them yards. They need still like 5 yards at least. Maybe closer to 10, and they only get 2 on that play. 3rd and 11 with 38 seconds to go. You need just a couple, just something. And as he's throwing, it's intercepted. He had a chance, but instead, it's going to be a pick 6 for the Buckeyes. If he didn't hit him as he was throwing, that ball had a chance for the receiver at field goal range. Instead, Boise State will be left with just a couple of seconds to toss one up, and it's picked off in like quadruple coverage at the Hail Mary, not going their way, and he's going to return it all the way to the 15-yard line. Ohio State, we already have a national championship appearance. Tull had 7 for 48, but caught the crucial touchdown. And now in the national championship against Texas A&M. And you finish the job here. And Ohio State's up by 20 right now. But Drew Mistemaker in this A&M offense is right around the red zone. So they can cut this to a 2-score game. And he'll scramble. He's got room. It was man coverage. Nice block from the receiver to slow him down. It's a touchdown for the Aggies to make it a 2-score game. So don't count them out quite yet. 9 minutes to play in a 13-point game. 2nd and 10. draw, and the running back crosses down for a loss of 1, 3rd down and 11. Stepping up, Henderson finds a man. Don't want to let that momentum start to build for A&M. You didn't allow them to get the 3 and out. Now you go end around to the receiver. Loses 5. 2nd and 5. And Henderson, sure, got it for about 3, but now a 3rd down and long. And Henderson short of the sticks. He breaks 1, and he's close. It's 4th and 1. They're not going to go for it, though. I understand it, but man, that could have been a killer shot type of call if you went for it and got it. But you're going to trust your defense. Hey, you're not going to blow a 20-point lead. Surely not. Well, A&M, they're making sure that that's going to be a real possibility now. From the 27 already. Master-Maker over the middle to the 10. And it's goal to go. Handoff. The running back is at the 4-yard line. And now, out of the backfield, he catches a touchdown. It's a 6-point game. With just 3:30 to go. Screen! And A&M wants a fumble, but A&M can't recover. It's still 3rd and 17, though. And Henderson hit! Almost picked! It's 4th down. A&M's got the ball at about midfield. This is ridiculous. It might be a 20-point comeback in the national championship. He's got 21. Just 27 yards out. Jet pass with 2:15. He's going to be right at the red zone line. 20 yards out. Run for the back. It's a 1st down. Gain of another 6. It's 14 yards away from the lead. He's pulled back. It's a 2-yarder. 2nd and 8. And a quick pass. And they were not ready for that incompletion. 3rd down and 8. It could all fall apart very quickly. And he's hit. Gotta get rid of it. He does. It's 4th down and 8. And here's the game on the line. And comeback is not completed. Jordan out of the end zone. And 1 1st down will do it. Henderson is throwing an incompletion. Oh, that's not good. Henderson, they're going to throw again. And this one's going to be caught. Timeout, 3rd down and 6, though. You can end it here. Play action. Quick throw! Oh, it's picked off! It's picked off the ricochet, but there's a flag down! There is no way! Pass interference and the game is gonna end like that! Unbelievable! And Tull ends his season with 980 and 12 touchdowns, but a national championship in pretty dramatic fashion. That would have been insane if that pick stood. Or Sean Kashama goes to Tennessee, and Evan Tull for another season will be +4 overall. And I mean, Campanaro will have a +5. Still won't be an out-and-out starter at Indiana. And Kashama, elite dev for Tennessee, not going to be starting. So we'll just see if Tull can go back. Jared Valentine, how about a 6'6", 88 spec catch, 91 speed wide receiver for the next one. Ohio State, not undefeated this year, but they are in a 1st-round bye situation, 11-2. And how about a little rematch in the 2nd round? Funny how things turn out to get this matchup once again. 4v5 seed, 11-2 each squad, and another chance for A&M to try to get a victory. This time, though, they won't be in a 20-point deficit. Neither team even has 20 points. And Evan Tull, let's see if he can have a bigger game. Unlike the national championship, which is what is his quietest playoff performance, and it's a loud performance for the running game. He's got 10 for 136 and more added to it. Give him another 10. Insane day for the rushing attack, and it could be what undoes A&M for the 2nd straight year over the Buckeyes. And they got to the 13. Another chunk run. This time the backup checks in, and he'll get nothing. 2nd and 10. Throw on the flats. He'll have a man. It'll be 7 yards. I mean, this isn't Henderson. It's a different quarterback in, and he's sacked on 3rd down, so that'll be a field goal try. From the 12, it's a chip shot kick. It is good. Make it 17-14 as A&M takes over. And I mean, I feel like it'd just be so demoralizing for a program to go and lose for a 2nd straight year, especially with how the last year turned out. Not only was it a national championship, it was a 20-point comeback that almost happened and was basically ended via a penalty. I mean, the most dissatisfying way to end a game as A&M for the first down. 46-yard line. They're running it well, little by little, and another run for a yard. 2nd down and 9. Design rollout left. Got to throw out of bounds. He gets rid of it, at least avoids the sack. 3rd down and 9. It's very long distance field goal range, and he's gonna maybe have to take it, though. They go punt it away. They won't try it from 60 plus. Hey, some teams in this game get a little bold with their attempts from 60. They get a little too confident. These are college kickers. After all, they're gonna trust their defense. Buckeye ground game not doing too hot in these first 2 plays, and they get just a quick 3 and out, so you should be set up a good field position on the punt. A&M fields it at about the 33, gets a return past midfield, past the Ohio State. I mean, they're set up right field goal range off the bat. They start their drive better than how they had to punt it from last, possession where they were at like the 45. They start at the 37. Deep ball in the end zone. Oh, he caught it. Stayed in bounds and got into the end zone. What a grab. Touchdown, A&M. Ohio State cannot believe that is how they're going to lose this lead, but they still got 2 minutes to play to score a touchdown of their own, and they're still going to trust the ground game. It was working for 3.5 quarters, and now it's not working. 3rd and 2, take a shot up top. Oh, he caught it out of bounds. He was just a little too far. 4th and 2, it's stuffed by A&M. It's not over yet, though, but A&M is in control. Can they get a first? It'll be 3rd and 6 for the finish. No first down, but they will be able to settle for a field goal, which means Ohio State now, a touchdown will only tie, and they have about 90 seconds, and the ball overthrown, almost picked. Quarterback's having a rough time. The whole Ohio State offense is rattled right now. They can't do anything right. 3rd down and 5. 1:20 to go. Short of the sticks. He'll catch it, but for 2. It's 4th and 3. A&M for the win, for a little bit of redemption. Picked off. And that'll be game. A&M gets a little bit of revenge for the national championship. It knocks out Ohio State till a much worse season, like higher yards per game, but the touchdowns overall went down. He goes to the NFL and is a 4th-round pick. And Rashawn Kashama initially transfers from Tennessee to Duke. Jared Valentine commits to USC, but I say initially for a reason. Campanaro is going to be a starter at Indiana because Kashama ends up flipping his commit. He goes to Ohio State, so Ohio State's already got 2 guys on the board. Jared Valentine is looking pretty good. Jermichael Averill is a bust elusive route runner. Still looks like he could be pretty decent, though. And for Indiana, no playoff appearance, and Campanaro ends up not even making a bowl game. He ends up with 630 yards as the number 3 receiver, so not like an awful season for a number 3. He gets to keep his starting job, but Indiana falling off hard. They didn't even make a bowl game, which was crazy. Kashama gets a big leap at Ohio State, and that could just be a theme. We could just be seeing Ohio State wide receivers take +6, +8s, plus whatevers. Jermichael Averill ends up at USC as well. Next receiver, Ben Bragg, back-to-back busts. Again, he doesn't look too bad, though. I mean, in Indiana, this is unfortunate. They go 7-5 this year or don't even make a bowl game. I mean, this poor Duke Campanaro, once again, the number 3 receiver, a step back season for him. Kamara, this is also kind of stupid. Look how many talented receivers were at Ohio State. They had 4 guys as a 90 overall. Kashama was the odd man out, and he doesn't end up playing, but he declares for the draft and still gets drafted in the 1st round. He only had 180 yards on the season, and then Ohio State gets Ben Bragg. The lot's happening for Ohio State. Jared Valentine takes a +7 for USC. He'll be starting. Jermichael Averill takes a +5. He won't be starting. And for Ben Bragg, he's just an impact dev, and we'll see if he can climb the Ohio State depth chart. Ian DeGieri is a route artist. No gem, no bust. Looks fine. And for USC, we'll get some playoff action for Jared Valentine. We'll take on Georgia in the 1st round. It's 13-6 your score, and look at the first play! A bad snap! When do you ever say something like that? A bad snap is a Georgia touchdown! Are you kidding me? A missed snap. Hey, that's crazy. and it's going to be 20-6 now. That is just a complete game flipper, because it would have been, at the very least, you'd think 13-9, could have been 13-13. Instead, now it's a 14-point game. You can say 10-14 even point swing in the Georgia favor. 3rd down and 3 as the throw is for the first down marker. It's going to be good, but man, I can't help but think that's going to cost them here, especially for a team that hasn't even scored a touchdown yet, was on their way, and now you need to go and do it again and score another one on top of it. It's 3rd down and inches, and a field goal doesn't do you anything, and the run is going to get him the first of the 21-yard line. Throw out, and the tight end is going to spit off one tackler and get 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Keeper on the read option. He'll go up for 2 on the play. 3rd down at 6. 1st down conversion. And they're fighting their way back into the red zone area, back into the goal line scenario where they can hopefully have a better snap from their center. And oh my goodness, that running back just tumbled over for a short gain. 3rd down at 5. Back in the end zone. Guess who? Valentine. Touchdown. And the big receiver finds the end zone. Now Georgia, though, on offense, can they extend their lead? A nice 12-yard run to kick things off. 6 minutes to go. Play action. Got a man right down the middle. Breaks a tackle. And instantly, they're in scoring range for the Trojan defense. They need to come up with something like that. A sack. Loss of 8, and you might have knocked them right back out of scoring range. Bulldogs, though, won't stay down for long because they're right back in. And a 15-yard run for the quarterback. 5 to play. And quick inside, right at the sticks. He doesn't have it. It's 4th and inches. It's a bold call. They're going. They got it, and they got a touchdown. They went for it all. I mean, you could have just kicked it, but hey, 4th and inches. Yeah, of course, you got to send your offense out there, especially if you trust them. Now it's a 14-point lead with 4 minutes to play. And USC got to get something. It's a deep ball. It's incomplete. 4th down, you got to go for it. As the throw, basically your game here. Put it up in triple coverage. And yeah, no shot he was catching that one. Georgia now, inside handoff, it's a touchdown for an expanded lead, 21 points, and that'll end up being the game, and Valentine ends up with a touchdown grab, 700 yards on the season. He immediately goes pro. We're seeing it with these receivers. Yeah, they don't waste time. Ian DeGiri, well, Ohio State is just running things right now. They got their fourth receiver to play for their school, and DeGiri, star dev. So Ohio State's already got a lot. Damon Gator, gem, gritty possession receiver, and we'll head to the next season where we don't really have a whole lot to report on because Ian DeGiri actually did get some playing time, interestingly enough, due to injury. So he got injury playing time and ended up with 39 catches for 486 yards. They end up smashing Wyoming in a bowl game, but that's all this season. Damon Gator ends up going to Boise State. Jamichael Averill transfers him. I'll tell you, this is the only time this happens in this video. He's gone. He's gone. He didn't end up playing, and then he tried to transfer, and nobody wanted him. It is what it is. Sometimes it just happens in this game. Ian DeGiri, though, now will be a full-time starter and not be just an injury replacement. Ben Bragg will also be starting next to him, and Damon Gator will have impact depth for Boise State. So Ohio State's got 2 receivers, and Ruggs up next, 5'7" with 94 speed, route artist, 95 agility as well. Pretty nice because he's also got the 82 catching to start. I think that's a pretty cool player. And Ohio State will have a first-round bye. And yeah, get used to seeing some Buckeye football in this one. I think you couldn't probably have expected that one with it being a wide receiver video. Let's just hope we get a little LSU action. Let's hope we get also, I guess, some Alabama action as well. I want to see the wide receiver use actually live up to the name. Ohio State's already living up to it. And a field goal good for Duke becomes a 1-score game. As from the 25, Ohio State starts their drive up by 7. And with a 0-yard run, now the draw, he's not going to do a whole lot with it, and it's just going to be a single-yard 3rd down and 9. Well, you got 2 receivers to find. You can look for the tight end who just couldn't catch that ball. And Duke takes over immediately and puts that ball into the dirt. 2nd and 10. That's almost jumped and picked. Could have been a pick 6. 3rd down and 10. Instead, for Duke, they get a second chance. And that's a completion. They make the most of it. A great catch. And now at the 47, we backed up and it's 3rd and 11. And the tight end short, that's not even going to give you a chance at a 1st down. So they'll punt it away. 7 minutes to go. Handoff. I want to see like either one of these receivers though. Bragg, Dejiri, come on, let's get one of them involved. Instead, they're just going to keep it on the ground. 3rd down and 6. Run again. And he stopped at 3 runs. He got to 4th and inches, but then he just punted away. And Duke takes a shot deep on their first play of the drive. It's incomplete, but there is a flag down. And hey, the underthrown deep ball, everybody's favorite. The underthrown deep ball that results in pass interference. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. It's straight through the middle of the defense. The tight end got wide open. The 49-yard line now. Ohio State territory. Duke got a man right down the center of the field again. And it'll be at the 28. 5.5 to play. Step up, throw it for the end zone. It's caught, touchdown. There's a flag down. It's going to be pass interference again, but of course, you're going to decline that because it's a touchdown for the tie. And Ohio State penalties, already 2 of them, kind of crushing them. I mean, even if he didn't catch it, you end up putting them close. You can't be having pass interference like that. And the defense of Duke is coming on strong with a sack, 3rd down and long. And moving right, throwing, it's not going to be reeled in. I think that's Ben Bragg who couldn't catch it. It would have been short of the sticks anyway. But still, I mean, my goodness, Duke is running things in this quarter. And I think Ohio State really needs something from their defense now because the offense is ice cold. The defense, 3rd and inches. Here's your chance maybe to get off the field. No, they won't. Duke still going. Inside 3 minutes to play at the 23-yard line. Option drilled. Loss of 4. Blitz in, hit immediately. It was a screen. Incomplete. 3rd down and 14. And they'll just play it safe, try to just make sure they can maintain the lead, but he somehow gets the first. Are you kidding me? Turn around and throw for the touchdown. And everything going wrong for the Buckeyes right now. Everything, any mistake you can make, you're making it. It's 31-24. Pass broken up for Dejiri, and now 3rd and 10. Oh my goodness, they'll scramble, and finally they'll avoid a 3 and out, and that's a big run for them because they needed big yards, and they got now past midfield. 3rd down to 2 is the situation now. And they'll throw. No, he'll scramble again. And Duke can't get a body on him. 35-yard line, 60 seconds to play. Take their shot. He's got a step. He's got a couple. It was a little underthrown, though. And knocked away. 3rd and 7. Screen set up. And they'll pick up the first. They'll pick up a red zone opportunity with 30 seconds to play. Sweep on the run. They only had one timeout. The run actually works. It's a touchdown. Nobody expected a run, I suppose. We're headed to overtime. 31-31. And Ohio State has climbed out of this ice-cold quarter to pull themselves into a chance of winning this game. 8-yard completion. They got it first. As now from the 17, shot to the end zone, touchdown, Ohio State. It's Ian Dejiri, one of the #1 receivers, with an overtime touchdown. Duke first play of their overtime, shot to the end zone's broken up. 2nd and 10. They're trying to maybe draw another pass interference or something. I don't know, but they're getting sacked. It's 3rd and 19 now. And a blitz in. It's delayed, but he gets it out in the flats. Stays in bounds. Got the first. And they let a check down get a 1st down. Now a false start for Duke. We'll back them up. That's brutal. Look like 3 different dudes jumped, though. As it'll be 1st and goal from the 13. And end zone! Broke it up. Safety came over and leveled them. 2nd and goal. End zone again. Broke it up again. The coverage is tight. 3rd and goal. End zone one more time. a flag down, but it's picked. And not again for Ohio State. They're going to call it for their third pass interference penalty. Give Duke a whole new set of downs. And flag down. It's an offsides. But of course, they'll decline because it's a touchdown. Ohio State's unraveling with penalties left and right. It's 38-38. Now a second overtime. And Ohio State's gotten 4 defensive penalties. And now 3rd and 10 for Duke, though. I mean, this game should have been won for Ohio State already. It's incomplete. And they'll try a field goal. So Duke kick for the lead is good. And Ohio State can win with a touchdown. Or send it to a shootout for the 2-point conversions. They'll take their shot on the first play. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they just ended there. And even though Ohio State gave Duke every opportunity to win this game, Tajiri goes for 150 and 2 touchdowns, including an overtime score and a victory. I don't even know if Ohio State necessarily deserved to win it with the mistakes that they were making, but they got it nonetheless. And now Ohio State's on to the semifinals, and they're up 31-21. Clemson has the ball 3rd down and 5 as they'll drop the throw for the first down marker. He's got it at Clemson. Won't have to settle for a field goal quite yet. They can maybe still find the end zone to make it a 3-point game. 2nd down and 8 as they'll go with the bubble screen outside, trying to get to the edge where the corner is able to track him down for 3rd and 3. They'll go air, and a quick spin move on the interior. The running back didn't even know when to hit him either because he couldn't even react. What a pass rush. And the kick is good because they got to settle for a field goal. My goodness, whoever that D lineman was, yeah, get him in the NFL. As Ohio State takes over now with a 7-point lead. And I still want to see if these receivers are going to see significant action. You know, Ben Bragg has not really done a whole lot. It's been mostly Tajiri who had the big game at overtime and the touchdown. But I haven't seen much of Ben Bragg doing anything. As they'll go with another handoff. A lot of running and a lot of production on the ground, so no reason to stop it. As they'll go direct to the quarterback, who will get him to the 27 for a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Finally the air now. He'll step up. No, he'll run. More running. 3rd and inches. You can probably imagine they're going to go ground game here, and they will. 1st down at the 18 in the red zone they go. As they'll go turn and hand, delayed draw, as they'll get another 1st down. It's 1st and goal. They are running through this Clemson defense. Finally a throw, and well, they lose yards. So maybe that's why they haven't been throwing it. Turn and hand again. And that's a big tackle. He might have been able to find the end zone if that tackle didn't come through. 3rd down and goal. He's sacked. And Clemson will still hold, but I think the damage very much is done when you allow them to run all the way down the field, run clock down, and get back up by 2 scores. So Clemson, you really needed a touchdown on that last drive to give yourself a chance on this one. Instead, still down by 10 with 3 minutes to play, and we could be seeing another Ohio State National Championship appearance in this video as they'll throw up the sidelines. That's a good ball and out of bounds. Clemson, though, still like 3 timeouts. You're not out of it yet. I mean, you're in field goal range now, and you're going to be at the 15. Make them down at the 13. All right, well, you're moving it well. Just got to cash in this time. And 1st down and goal from the 3. Run game is going to be a step forward. Puts them on the ground and a touchdown for Clemson. Now they just need the stop. No, my confidence levels considering the ground of Ohio State has been tearing them apart. 4-yard run in the 1st timeout. 2nd timeout down. 3rd and 3. They'll throw for the 1st down. And one more will do it for good as Clemson is running out of opportunities. It's the 2-minute warning. And they'll have a 3rd down and 3. One chance for Clemson to get themselves some time, and that's not going to happen. 20 carries for 119 for the starting running back to put it to bed. Bragg, 7 catches, 88 yards. Tajiri, 6 catches, 66 yards and a touchdown. And on to a national championship against Boise State. You know, Ohio State already win a 2nd national title when we're like hovering over them, spectating them when they have these #1 receivers. Boise State, though, it's 17-17. And a chance for Boise to take the lead from 3rd down and goal. It's a touchdown, Boise State. And even though Damon Gator is on this Boise State team, he is like the 5th wide receiver. So like he's not going to play probably like at all. But, you know, if we see him get some action, I'll point it out, but I don't really have a whole lot of confidence in that happening. We're most so focusing on these Ohio State guys as a scramble for the quarterback who's diving for 7, 3rd and 3. Drop him back where he's going to find a hitch route, broken up, it's 4th down, and they punt. So now Boise takes over with the lead, and Boise State, can they have a national championship victory? Drag route, turns upfield, diving defender miss, then a spin move. Give them 21. 6.5 to play in the play action. Running back goes down, quarterback goes down for a loss of 4. 3rd down, and a long ways to go, and they're not going to come anywhere close to it. 4th down and 9. As now Ohio State takes over. Pass to the outside's dropped. A flat-out drop. 3rd and 10 now as Ohio State threatening to go 3 and now scrambling. Gotta fight for the first, and he doesn't get it. It's 4th and 1, and they punt again. Maybe could have considered going for it. I know you were really far backed up, but it's 4th and 1 in a 1-score game. You don't want to give Boise the ball here, and maybe there's a chance you don't touch the ball again. 3rd and inches, though. Here is that chance to touch it again. No, he's not going to stop him. And they're in Ohio State territory, and things are looking really dangerous now. 3.5 to play. Broken tackle, and it's going to be 2nd and inches, the worst-case scenario here. Passing, got the 1st down, in field goal range firmly, and this is what I mean by saying, like, maybe you could have went for it, because this was the result that could have very well happened. 2nd and 3, it's completion, but you're out of timeouts now. 3rd down and 5, straight down the middle, touchdown! Boise State with a beautiful drive to maybe clinch this game, as Ohio State now needs a touchdown, onside kick, and a touchdown. And you know the probabilities of this. We've gone through this many a times. I would say, what do you think the odds are? Less than 3%? Over the course of this channel's history of a situation like this actually working? Gotta be like 3% at best. It does not happen very often. They do get the touchdown. Ohio State, now the tough part, onside kick. I'll tell you guys, so far, I believe this year we haven't had a single onside kick recovery on the channel for college football. 27 doesn't happen here, and that'll be game. Boise State wins the national championship. And Dejiri 40 yards, Bragg 58 yards. Here are the stats for both of them. Dejiri goes for 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. Bragg just shy of 1,000 yards and had some touchdowns of his own. Ruggs, there we go, LSU on the board. That's what I was waiting for. Let's get an LSU receiver going. Ian Dejiri, +3, still starting. Ben Bragg, +5, still starting. He'll be the number 2, Dejiri the 1, and Damon Gator now will be starting at Boise State. He didn't play in the national championship. He takes a +6 though, and Ruggs elite dev for LSU. Awesome. Nate Freeman now, 90 speed, 98 excel speedster wide receiver. Pretty cool to have 98 acceleration. And Ohio State and Boise State both get first-round byes. And man, Boise State is crazy right now. They got the national championship. They're 12-1. They've been good basically since day one of the start of this dynasty. So I don't know what Boise State is on, but you know, they've already got a #1 receiver. Now he's getting some play time. They're winning 17-9 right now over Penn State, and a chance to go to a semifinals appearance. With the way the bracket broke, there's a chance at a rematch here as a completion. Look at all the broken tackles. The 28, but the way the bracket broke, like Boise State and Ohio State, both first-round byes and both on different sides, so we could try to see if a national championship rematch could happen, this time with Gator starting at Boise State with those other 2 guys at Ohio State maybe getting a chance at revenge. Now 3rd and 6, and that's in double coverage. I don't think that was the right receiver, especially when there was someone a little further down who I thought had a better chance. 4th and 6, and incomplete. Interesting to go for. You're down by 8. Maybe you could have taken the field goal to ensure that you don't have to get a 2-point conversion. And if Boise State scores a field goal on this drive, that it would still be a 1-score game at 7 to play. but they wanted to go for it. I can't blame them. They hadn't been able to score a touchdown all game, and it's going to be a 3 and out for Boise. So I suppose not so bad of an outcome because you didn't lose really much of any time. The only negative here is that, well, you're really far backed up starting the drive at the 23, get an 11-yard play to get to the 34-yard line, but now scrambling and running for a first and to the 49. So very quickly, you found yourself around midfield. Now scrambling again, but he's not getting away, and a sack. Boise drops him. 2nd and 13. Take a shot, and again, very tough coverage. He's really throwing with confidence here. Maybe a little too much. 3rd and 13, the short pass. Get him to 4th and 6, and they don't go for that one. 4th and 6 in Boise territory. And now Boise can maybe end this game. Broken tackle. 3rd down and 3. And with a first down marker, he'll throw it short of it, and he's brought down 4th and inches, so Penn State will seemingly get one more try at this. Throw it back across the middle. That's a really good throw, and a nice catch to even get some extra yards after the catch as well. Your Boise's defense, even if they score a touchdown, you know, it could be fine as long as you get the stop on the 2-point conversion. But you just want to keep them out of the end zone, not even tempt fate. As Boise's run game inside the 30, they're burning a timeout, so now it's now or never for the Penn State offense, who's losing 3 yards. And burning that timeout may be a little costly because you might not get the score, but they will find a way to get to goal to go. 8 yards out, inside, down to the 1, and timeout burned. He's scrambling a long ways back across the middle of the end zone. It's incomplete. Quarterback is crazy, man. Throw into the end zone. Now they got the touchdown. And the 2-point conversion is what it'll come down to for the tie. Swing it outside. Hey, he's in with ease. And Boise has 25 seconds to play now as they'll throw over the middle of diving grab. First down at the 37. And Boise, take a shot, Dave. He's got a step. He's got it in the red zone at Penn State. Unbelievable. You had a chance in overtime and you let it go. The offense did their job. The defense let them down. Gator goes for 5 catches, 60 yards, and they win to head to the semifinals. Now it's Ohio State's turn, and well, their turn pretty easy here. 27-10 over Florida DeGieri, 94 yards, and now we jump back to Boise State, who's got Oklahoma down by 11 is the situation, though. Oklahoma, though, has the ball 3rd and 10. You can get off the field here, give yourself a shot. As Oklahoma moving left, throwing, and he's got a completion past midfield and out of bounds. And this game, I would have to imagine if a touchdown is scored by the Sooners, it could be over for Boise and their chance of getting another national championship. 3rd down and 7, though. From the 43, they set up the mid-screen, and he's got it with one man to track him down, who does. They don't kick a long field goal. I thought maybe they would try a long 50s, but no, they punt it, and well, their defense immediately gets a sack, backs him up the 3rd down and 20. Got to get out of the end zone here. He does. He'll throw it deep. Just a desperation ball, and it's incomplete. Now you're punting from the 8, and Oklahoma starts off at great field position. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Who is Oklahoma's quarterback who just sold that hard? Pick 6. I just can't even understand why you throw that. 2-point conversion is good, and now Boise State's only down by 3. Whoever that is, hey, you need a real talking to. You need to sit down and we need to explain to you why you might have just cost your team a chance here, because now Boise, got to imagine they believe. They got to imagine with a 3rd down and 10, the defense is fired up. 4-man rush, and stepping up on the run, and double coverage, picked off, and it was overthrown. And Oklahoma's quarterback, this dude's going to be... somebody's gonna find him after this game if they lose. somebody who has bad intentions might find this dude. He might be accused of like throwing. He might be accused of gambling. I don't know what he's doing. And Boise State now, they're inside the 15. It's the red zone opportunity with under 6 to play. Inside the 10. Goal to go at the 3. And now Boise for the lead. Handoff is in. Touchdown, Boise State. And this quarterback, hey, you can maybe still be a bit of a hero. You dug yourself a deep, deep hole. Can you dig yourself out? Can you climb out? Or will you just get buried alive and probably be run off of the Oklahoma program, never to be seen again? That's a drop, and they'll have to punt. Oh my goodness, I mean, that ball could have been caught. It was also not the best of throws. I think at this point the fans aren't going to blame anybody other than this quarterback. A deep ball from Boise on 3rd down. It's tipped and intercepted. And he runs out of bounds. He actually could have gotten a lot more yards on the return, but instead they'll be set up at the 21-yard line. And can this quarterback? No, he can't. He's sacked. Oh my goodness. He's got to be throwing. This has got to be throwing. And I don't mean throwing as in throwing the ball. I mean he's throwing the game. 3rd down and 11. Swing it out in the flats. I don't know what you're hoping is going to happen. You lose yards. It's 4th down. This is probably your game here. He'll step up. Take a shot. It's caught. He made a good throw. And out the 43. Screen inside. It's going to be a completion. He gets it all the way back outside. Now 3rd down, they'll go to another screen. They don't trust him. It's 4th and 2, but that lack of trust may be their undoing because they just have to keep doing simple stuff. 4th down completion. He's got it. And to the 21. He can still win this game. 35 seconds. End zone shot. It's incomplete. 3rd down from the 21. He'll go with a pass in the end zone again. Picked off again. That is game. Oh my, that is one of the most impressive instances of quarterback play that I have seen in terms of doing everything you can to make sure your team does not win. Meanwhile, for Ohio State, they're just rolling. This game was 36-21 at the final, but Georgia Tech, it was one of those games where it was like 33-7 or something. So they were just able to get a couple of garbage time touchdowns, but the battle here is Boise doesn't, I mean, I don't know if they should be here. They kind of stumbled their way into the national championship with a bunch of close games. Meanwhile, Ohio State's kind of steamrolled everybody on their way to the national championship. So it's a rematch. We actually did get it. It's 24-24, so no steamroll from Ohio State, at least not yet. And it'll be 4th and inches at the 45. Definitely should go for this. This is a move here. Go with a play action and a ball over the middle. Caught and a touchdown. I don't think Boise was expecting that because he had an edge rusher out there on the tight end. Everybody probably thought that was a run. So what a bold call for that, and it worked out. It's one of those calls where you're a genius if it works, you're an idiot if it doesn't. Well, he's a genius today, and Boise stay now down by 7. Can one of these big-time players for Boise, hopefully maybe Damon Gator, come up with a big play? He's got over 350 yards passing, 3rd down and 2. Outside caught, and a 1st down to the 36. Keep it moving. 6 minutes to play in the run up the middle's got a 1st. And to the 22. Can Boise cash in here as they'll hit the red zone at the 20-yard line now? 5 minutes to play. Buckeyes send 4. Blocking's nice. Take a shot to the end zone, but that's 2 defenders. And an incompletion. 3rd down and 9. And it will be decision time. They'll kick a field goal. After the incompletion, they went for the 1st down. Maybe if you went for something a little bit shorter, set up a more doable 4th down try. They wanted it all in one play, though. Instead, it'll be 31-27, and we'll see if the Ohio State offense can get their revenge and put it away. Outside 1st down to the 39. 3.5 to go. And Ohio State just running through again. I mean, their ground game is just so good right now. It is just dominating and still dominating to the red zone. And Boise gotta hold them out of the end zone if you're gonna have a chance at the 11. The run is falling forward at the 6. 3rd and 2. He doesn't get it. It's 4th and 4. But they're going for it. They want the win. They want to end it now. And they got it. It's a 1st. And they'll nail it out for the win. Ohio State gets their revenge. Gator goes for 4 catches, 69 yards. Bragg, 48 yards. Dejiri, 39. And Dejiri ends up with back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons and back-to-back double-digit touchdown seasons, while Damon Gator ends up with 1,400 yards, an impressive year, but empty-handed. Dejiri goes in round 1. Bragg goes in round 2. And we'll send those Ohio State guys out on a high note and bring in a new one. Nate Freeman. Oh, my goodness, man. David Gator, +4 overalls, and we'll see if he can get back. And Ruggs, he'll be starting at LSU, +4 overall. I'm excited for that. And Freeman, elite dev. We'll see if he sticks at Ohio State. But, man, so many Ohio State receivers. Dylan Murphy up next, elusive route runner. And pretty solid stuff. For a 5'9" receiver, maybe you would like him to be a little bit more faster, but it's all right. LSU makes the playoffs. And, of course, I would like to shout out Boise State's offensive line. Damon Gator also making a All-American team along with all those offensive linemen. I think the thing that's disappointing is Boise was just outside the playoff picture and ends up getting a multi-score win in their bowl game, so that's really unfortunate. LSU, meanwhile, they took on UAB in the opening round of the playoffs. No surprise that they destroyed them. And we're on to the second round where Ruggs is the person we gotta be keeping our eye on. I don't know how I feel about a purple-on-purple matchup here. LSU and Washington, and everybody's wearing purple. I mean, we still are able to tell who's who because there's a lot of yellow for LSU and not so much for Washington. But man, this is a lot to look at. It'll be a sack for Washington's defense. LSU 3rd down and 20 now after being knocked out of field goal range. They'll get brought down again, and they are gonna get nothing on that drive. Washington, 17-17 your score, and with 8 minutes to play, they'll throw. And underneath, he drops it. Wouldn't have gotten really much of anything anyway. 3rd down and 11. And he'll step up and throw. Nope, incomplete again. Would have been short of the sticks. Now LSU takes over in good field position, and just like that, they're right where they stalled out last time. New set of downs and the run. Almost for another first. They'll get 2nd and inches. They're in field goal range. Opportunity to take the lead. And a first and more. Get them another 9 yards on the play. As they'll go with a little play fake, get it out, and tight end for the first to the 11. LSU moving the ball very well, and hasn't really needed to see Ruggs do anything on this drive at all. Swing one out in the flats. That's actually a good thing he didn't catch that. Would have lost yards. 3rd down and 4. Quick slant, caught, touchdown, and well, look who finishes the drive. It's Ruggs. No catches in the 4th quarter until a 1 slant route comes his way and a touchdown. That's big. It's big and a big. Washington with a big play. 31, 5 minutes to go, and they already found themselves near in the red zone and a chance to tie this game up. With a man in motion, they'll go right down the middle. The running back sneaking out of the backfield, and they'll be at the 15-yard line with 4 to play. And a chance to tie. He'll go right. He'll run. He'll get tracked down for 6, though. Still 3rd and 4. And a short drop. Quick slant. Both teams scoring the same way. Slant route for the score. Tied up 24-24. And now it's up to LSU with a 3.5-minute drive to see if they could win this game. Scrambling. And a good one. The 37 of LSU. And he'll go another throw underneath and a catch. 1st down. Here's Ruggs at the midfield line. That's a 13-yard gain. And now getting to see Ruggs make some plays. He's really little out there, but he's making another play. It's Ruggs again for another 12, and they're in scoring range. And Ruggs coming up clutch with 3 big catches in this 4th quarter. Blitz in and everybody in. And the pass to Ruggs. It's his 4th catch of the 4th quarter. And it's all been big, crucial catches. And LSU down to the 8-yard line now, trying to see if they can run this in. Touchdown, LSU. And a lot of credit's got to go to Ruggs. Now you're going to see if you can try to hold off overtime here as Washington with a minute and a half to play. In the flats, got a completion, got the 1st down. And to the 40, just 60 yards out now in a minute and a half. And they got 2 timeouts still. Throw it outside. It's just incomplete. He speared him right in the back. 2nd and 10 now. And the pressure, it is dropped. Sacked, loss of 7, 3rd and 17. They get the screen out just in time to set up a bit better a 4th down try. Still not ideal. 4th and 13. He'll go down the field. It's incomplete. And that'll be game. So LSU takes them down. Ruggs, 8 catches, 105 yards and a touchdown. Just a really good fourth quarter overall. And now LSU takes on Colorado in the semifinals. 14-0 Colorado. And now I just don't understand why sometimes like LSU's jerseys are just so backwards. They'll wear white on white and then they'll wear purple on purple. What are we doing? I didn't change the jerseys. I typically keep them pretty default unless I want to see one of the team's cool alternate attires. Maybe I should do that a little bit more though. 27-14 is the score. And Colorado's got the ball, got the lead, got a field goal try, and got 3 more, so it's a 16-point game, and a little bit of a rough spot now for the Tigers, who need to score a touchdown, I would say, on this drive, because you have to just play it maybe like it is a 3-score game, due to the fact that you're by no means guaranteed to get the 2-point conversions, both of them that you would need. So now at the 48-yard line, they'll go run. I don't know how much running they're going to be planning on doing. I hope it's not too much. Just play action. Time, throwing, open man, and a first down to the 25. With 7 to play, they'll go handoff. And for 4 more, it'll be 2nd and 6. Play action again. I don't know how many times you can keep going play action. They'll lose a yard on that one. Not much help on the forward progress, as they didn't give them anything. It's over the middle now. It's a 1st and goal at the 4, so they keep getting these 3rd down conversions. A run again, somehow runs through, and a touchdown. He leaps in, and now the important 2-point conversion that they didn't try. They didn't go for it. They just kicked the extra point, which is sick. That's still, yeah. I'll always point that out, is the 2-point conversion, when to do it and when not to do it logic. Little off, as always, in these games. That just seems to be something they don't fix for whatever reason. I don't know if it's an issue. I don't know if it's hard to fix or easy to fix. It's an oversight. I don't know. Hopefully it's something that gets cleared away. But 4.5 to play. 3rd down and 5. And incompletion. So LSU, well, I did say you got to play it like it's a 3-score game, and well, they are playing it like it is a 3-score game. Now a 2-score game, and their offense has a chance where they can settle for a field goal on this drive if they so please. It's a 9-point game, so I mean, they're obviously going to try to get that touchdown first. I would imagine they'll be pretty aggressive on 4th down. Let's hope they don't get to go to 4th down, though. It's a fire over the middle. It's a diving grab by Ruggs. And he just comes up with like these big catches and a deep ball now. You need it. You got it at the 2. 3 minutes to play. And the run is down at the 1. Come on, punch this in. Don't settle for 3. End zone touchdown. And they'll obviously, once again, kick the extra point now because the 2-point conversion doesn't do them any good. They need a stop on defense. They can pull this off. And the throw underneath is caught. 3rd and 6, though. They're down to 1 timeout. And Colorado shot down the field. It's incomplete. LSU has a chance. They got a real chance in this one. And the run is going to break free past midfield. They actually are in control of this game now. Somehow, some way, catch, 1st down. 2-minute mark. And the run is going to lose. Oh, no, that's bad. That's bad. 39-yard line. You got to get positive yards, though. And you got, no, it's incomplete. 4th and 11. They are kicking a field goal. I guess they can't kick it. I don't know. It's a deep ball. It's incomplete. And that'll be game. I guess they couldn't hit a 56-yarder. That's just unfortunate. Ruggs goes for 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns in a really nice season. Oh, that's unfortunate. Damon Gator just goes pro after the season, because why not? I mean, why wait? Be a 6th-round pick. Nate Freeman, he leaves Ohio State, and the next receiver doesn't commit to Ohio State. We have no Ohio State receivers. Ruggs takes a +5. Freeman transferred to Florida to get a big leap and become a starter. And then the new receiver, Dylan Murphy, elite dev, not starting at BYU as a true freshman. Looks like he could be pretty cool, though. BYU should have plenty of opportunities. How about another 6'6" receiver? That's not our first one. How about Heisman candidacy? As Ruggs is a Heisman finalist. Him and his quarterback are up there. And alongside another receiver, Bernhard for USC. So maybe if he is able to win this, him or his teammate, come on. Unfortunately, It goes to the other receiver from USC. So that means Ruggs won't get the best receiver award either. It means he'll come up second place in that, which is unfortunate. But LSU, regardless, gets a first round bye, the 3 seed. No surprise that Ruggs gets the, first team all NCAA nod. But Florida also has some stuff to go into here. 6-6 Florida. Freeman and the wide receiver who transferred from Ohio State to Florida to go 6-6. But be a starter at least, is now in a very low-scoring game against Stanford. So we'll get to see what Freeman has to offer, as a deep ball on third down is going to be incomplete. Florida will end up settling for a field goal, and the kick will make it a 10-6 game. Stanford now on offense. Design rollout outside, gets a first down, as I'm going to, try to speed things up with some of these lesser bowl games. I'm not going to show you as much. I'll show you the key stuff because I do my best to keep these videos under 3 hours. I try my best to, and not, waste your time with too much filler stuff if it's not really stuff that pertains to the video as much. I hope I do a good job with that and try not to waste your guys' time as they settle for a field goal. Kick is good, and Stanford is 10-9 as they'll dump one off out of the backfield. Got a first down. And we'll just keep on moving to a 3rd and 13, where it just does seem like a lot of third down conversions are happening here. The defense will hold for 2 plays and then unravel on the 3rd. But this time around, on 2nd and 11, they got an option to get them another first down. We move to the 24, handoff, gets to the outside, turns the corner. Nice blocking from everybody involved, and a touchdown for the Gators. So finally, a bigger play here. Get into a 17-9 game with 3.5 to go. And Stanford now needing a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Breaks off the tackle and gets a lot more after the catch. Throw for Stanford once more. Stepping up, avoids the rush. Gets it out and into the red zone. It's a nice job. The 16 and a handoff. Straight through the middle. It's goal to go. And under 2 minutes to play. Handoff stopped at the 1. It's 3rd and goal from the 1. They spread everybody out just so the quarterback can keep it himself and score with a minute 18, and the 2-point conversion is no good. And now with all their timeouts, onside kick is picked up by Florida. Stanford now needs to get a 3 and out and hope maybe they can't get a field goal either on the drive, but they are getting close enough to where that is a very real possibility. 3rd down and 4 for the game. Stanford gets the 3 and out and gets all their timeouts gone. A 55-yard field goal try will be good, and now Stanford needs to score a touchdown in these final 60 seconds with just no timeouts to work with. The only clock stoppages are those, the first downs. 40 seconds to go as we jump to the 47-yard line. And outside, got the catch, breaks the tackle, and he gets the first down 2 times over. As from the 27 after, they hurry it back to the line. He's taking his time. He'll step up. He can run for a long time. And slides for 26. 13 seconds to play after the spike. And they'll take a shot to the end zone. It's way out of bounds. And now they maybe have 1, maybe 2 shots. Is it going to be in here? Up top! Incomplete. 1 more shot to the end zone to win the ball game. From the 22. Outside. It's caught at the 1. He threw it short of the end zone, and it wasn't enough. Freeman ends up with 1,000 yards. Only 1 catch in the bowl game. Let's get to the star of this season. Ruggs, 21-20. And after coming basically 2nd best receiver in the nation, a Heisman finalist, after 1,000 yards last season, gets well over 1,000 this season, of course. And his quarterback, also a Heisman candidate. LSU's got to be one of the favorites to go all the way, and I believe in them after what they were able to do last year and be better this year. They are finding themselves at a 1-point lead in the red zone on Michigan, though, as Michigan's defense trying to get off the field, not allowing a touchdown. 3rd down and 8, here's the chance to do that. Swing it out in the flats, running back, not able to make anybody miss. He loses 3 yards, and the field goal try to make it 24-20 will be through. through, and Michigan takes over. Touchdown to take the lead with 7 minutes to play is what they'll need, and a completion for 7 on the play. 22-yard line. They go with a screen. He puts them on the dirt, gets the first down, and gets it 11 yards on a play that could have easily been a loss of yards. Play action once more, stepping up. He'll run. He got a little bit of space and will at least get 3 in a positive gain. Play action once more. A lot of play actions for Michigan. I mean, it'll work out, though. They keep getting fooled. Now they'll go handoff for real, and it works big time. And they're at the 37-yard line. 2 minutes gone on this drive, and they're still moving strong with another 13 yards. LSU, no answer so far. And now, finally, they respond with a sack. 3rd and 16, and the whole drive could have been unraveled with that one. They'll try to get it all with a deep ball, and it's caught at the 3, and he'll let that happen. And LSU allows the touchdown on the next set of downs, and that's really brutal. Now 3:40 to go, and taking their shot down the field. That is an awful... Oh my goodness, that's one of the worst throws that I am going to see all year. What in the world was that? I mean, I don't even understand. Michigan might be able to put this one out too far. Oh no, man. No, they've let them drive too far. They're in field goal range. And now timeout's being burned. LSU. They get an injury timeout on their side. 3rd down at 6. They do get the stop, but a surprisingly no field goal try. You're telling me Michigan in this game can't hit a 50-yarder? You dead serious, man? Okay, Michigan, you got some issues there. If you need to get to recruiting kickers if you can't hit a 50-yarder in this game. As with 2 minutes to play now, I mean, you at least backed him up. And oh my goodness, he almost just took like a 17-yard sack. 3rd and 7, though. Good thing he got rid of it. He's running backwards again. Come on, he did the same exact... Was that the same play? 4th and 7. You're supposed to be a Heisman candidate quarterback. He'll run. He got the first down just barely. A minute to go from the 33-yard line. He'll go out in the flats. That ball high. Get out of bounds. He does. It's just 2 yards, but at least it's a clock stoppage. 60 seconds to play. Short of the line. It's 4th and inches. Another 4th down is what you'll need, though, to convert and keep this game moving. He'll throw on the run. He's got him. It's Ruggs. One of the best receivers in the country, and another clutch catch. And moving deep. Ball caught. Ruggs again. This dude is just too clutch with his catches. And throw it for the end zone. Out of bounds. 25-yard line. They'll run. I think they're content taking the field goal now. They maybe tried to see if they can get a shot. Didn't like it. We'll go to overtime, but my goodness, Ruggs. I mean, just whenever you need a play, that's the dude. That's the dude making them in the key situations every single time. We're headed to overtime. And can LSU with the ball first get a big-time score? They'll have a wide-open tight end in the flats. He'll get about 10, make it 3rd and inches for the conversion. He'll go over the middle, running back, and sneaking out of the backfield for a touchdown. LSU. And now Michigan. What do you got here with a new set of downs and a chance to go send this to double overtime? An incompletion up first. They'll send to 2nd and 10, and they'll throw with no one really that free. That's a good deflection. 3rd down and 10. They just didn't have any opportunities. And now he's sacked up the middle. 4th and 18. And the game on the line. Oh, it's up top of the end zone. Incomplete. That'll do it. LSU with the victory. And Ruggs, hey, it's only 4 catches, but 2 of the clutchest catches. Then in the semifinals, LSU dominates BYU 38-17. Ruggs goes for 132 on the day, and they take on Washington in the national championship. This video's been a little bit of rematches have happened. We started off with the Texas A&M versus Ohio State stuff. Then we got Ohio State versus Boise State and like a rematch there. Now we got Washington and LSU. They fought in the playoffs last year. Now they're in the national championship this year, and Ruggs is making a big play and converting a 2nd and 16 for 21 yards. LSU's already up by 10, and they could even add on to this lead more. from the 13. Through the middle, it's an easy touchdown for a 3-score lead. And LSU could be running away with a national championship. And another one on the board for us potentially, which would make it our third time seeing one of these guys win a national championship. I guess like 4 since 2 of them were on Ohio State, but you know, like basically our third team with these #1 receivers to get a national championship could be right here, as the sack will be for a loss of 6. It's 3rd and 11 at Washington. You got to play a flawless last 6.5 minutes, and that's a pretty flawed pass. It's incomplete. 4th and 11, and going for it. Taking a shot outside. It's caught, but out of bounds. LSU, it might be over. Let's just have some fun here. Ruggs getting a completion for a 1st down. And Ruggs, can we target him some more? No, they get the other receiver involved. We get the 27. Yeah, this one seems like it's about to be over. Especially if they find some even more points. He'll move. Throw it on the run. It's almost caught. That would have been crazy. They end up getting a field goal with about 5 to go. And with that, a 20-point lead will do it. LSU wins, and Ruggs was the leading receiver. 87 yards on 6 catches. And for a 1,600-yard year and 11 touchdowns, what a season for Ruggs. And LSU, hey, you lived up to it as well. 1st-round receiver. Hey, there's another one for a wide receiver university. Deacon Huber goes to Michigan, so Michigan trying to get involved in the video a little bit. Freeman gets a +3. Dylan Murphy for BYU +5. He'll be starting. And then Deacon Huber, elite dev, won't be starting at Michigan year 1. Doug Long up next, route artist. I like that. I like those stats. The 85 and 2 different route running attributes with decent speed. That seems like it could be a really fun player. Let's go and spectate some more Washington football in the playoffs, because now Florida is taking them on. And Florida, Freeman had a bowl game last year where they went 6-6. They jumped all the way up to 11-2 on the season in the playoffs, and taking on the team that just lost the national championship, Washington. Can they go and have another one of our #1 receivers knock out a national championship contending roster? And now from the 23, up 14-9. They'll run. They'll get a yard. They'll have to kick a field goal. And the kick is good. Florida now with a 8-point lead in Washington. Is it just going to be a depressing video potentially for them, where they just lose all the games that we end up hopping in and seeing them participate in? They'll go out in the flats. Tackled, but he dragged the defender for a little bit extra. Got 9 yards on the play, and they'll capitalize with a 1st down on the next one. And a lot more there with a 17-yard play as Washington design rollout. He's sacked for a loss, and now it's 3rd and 20. And everything just going wrong, as they may have to settle for a long kick. They will try it, and the kick is good. At least they have that. 17-12. But the issue is you got 12 points. You haven't been able to score a single touchdown all game. Lucky Florida hasn't been able to put up big points themselves. It's just 17 for them and 3 and out. So Washington with 5 minutes to play. Look at the interior push. He'll move right. He'll throw. And that should have been a pick. Feel like you got away with one. And they will find a receiver for a 1st down. So, I mean, Florida, you cannot go out here and potentially lose. Okay, never mind. You got the turnover immediately after. I was about to talk about how you drop an interception. If they go on and score, you're going to think about how you failed. But no, you got to fumble. Take a shot to the end zone. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 6. And the speed option will keep it. And 1st down yardage. And now Washington's going to maybe have to start burning timeouts. But, I mean, they might let them score before even that. Injury timeout. But it's 1st and goal. Option again. This time the quarterback will keep it for a loss of 3. 2nd and goal. They'll throw quick inside. And he'll get right back to about the 3-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Short, off a lineman, off a D lineman. Could have been picked. Could have been really depressing. 4th and goal. They go for it on the option. And he doesn't get it. It's going to be a 99-yard drive, though, is what you need if you're Washington. They avoid the safety. And they get a 1st down run. That is huge. And Washington now with just one timeout, 2.5 to play, and if they could pull off a 99-yard drive, that would be absolutely insane. And on 2nd and 1, you probably shouldn't have caught that ball. You lost 3. And it's 3rd down and 4. Running around. Running now forward. He's got the 1st and more. Still going. And a gain of 23. 1:10 to play. And you're not even halfway there yet. Now you are out of bounds at the 43. They have already moved it now well past 50 yards. A direct snap to the back. It goes right down the center of the field. And they're at the 14 now with 30 seconds to play. Can they pull this off? Out of bounds. 3rd down and 8. 26 seconds in a play action. Gets it off. End zone. Oh, what a throw. Touchdown, Washington. What a throw in the face of pressure. 2-point conversion is no good. And a fumble will be recovered, but that doesn't result in anything really serious. It's just 17 seconds to play in Florida now. Takes a shot deep. It's caught. He breaks the tackle. You've got to be kidding me. He's trapped down. Washington. No, man, no. That is such a depressing way to lose. So depressing, I guess, that Florida's lights stopped working. Why is it dark out? Nobody's going to be able to find their way home. And trust me, the lights don't come back on. They're gone. They shut all the lights out. Washington, get out of here. Get out of the stadium. Lights are out. Bye-bye. Washington loses a depressing, what even the highlights are in. What happened? Why? I've never seen that before. Okay, we move on. Washington heartbreaker, and Freeman and his Florida squad get to move on. We go to USC versus BYU. Dylan Murphy and BYU trying to come out with a win, and oh my goodness, that is one of the most egregious drops I've seen, like, ever. That is brutal, and they get sacked, and they got to settle for a field goal. And the kick is good at least, but dude, that is such an egregious drop for a touchdown. It's 20-17. BYU is losing for the moment. Let's see if they can come up with some big plays. Outside they go, completed for a 1st down. The 46-yard line on the handoff to the back, who's got about 9 or 10. They give it 2nd and inches, make it 3rd and inches after an incompletion. The run gets free, got blockers, got the speed, got the touchdown from 45, and the lead for BYU, 24-20. As now USC is hit, almost sacked. Incompletion will set up 3rd down and 10. They send the extra man on the rush. They'll take a shot down the field. Got it! Beautiful throw in and catch right along the sidelines. The bubble now will have a completion for a lot more than just a first. Makes a move, breaks the tackle for a gain of the 10. And USC not wasting any time on offense. 2 yards out, 2nd down, and a touchdown handoff. My goodness, the USC, they responded so quickly. And with 5 to go, now can BYU get an offensive possession of their own to go their way. 46-yard line to read option. Keeper for the quarterback. And we'll get just about 4, 2nd down and 6 play action. With time, steps up, throws right on the run. It's caught. And to the 22 now. 4 minutes to play. Quick screen out. Work for USC, and, well, it'll get them 3 for BYU. In position to maybe tie this game as they want the lead. They're not going to get it on that play. 3rd down and 7. Can they keep the drive moving? They'll dump it off to the back. Who is met? And hit down, and it'll force a field goal try with 3 minutes to play. And we're all tied up now at 27 apiece. Both teams, a lot of scoring right now in this 4th quarter in USC. Now, can they come back and respond with a score of their own? Running through one, got the first. 2 minutes to go. They can make this basically the last drive if they want to. The run will get another 4. They're playing it safe with the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6, as long as they keep the drive moving, and they will here. That's their ticket to beating this BYU team and not giving them any opportunities, because their offense has been good, but a sack now derails maybe all of their plans. 2nd and 19. He'll throw on the run. It's going to be just 2, though. 3rd and 17, you need a lot. You need a lot for field goal range. He'll run around. Get rid of it. Do something. No one open. He's sacked, and they'll punt. We'll head to overtime. 27-27. It's been a good one so far. And now, with a little bit more action needed to be played here, who will come out on top? As in overtime, it's USC first. They'll throw on the crosser. He drops it. They have a lot of drop issues right now. 3rd down and 10. And a completion. Oh, he breaks the tackle. He is in. And when it looked like BYU was going to have a chance to force a field goal and win it on the next drive, USC pulls one out of nowhere. And now BYU, you got to score to make it double overtime. 2nd and 5. And they'll step up and scramble. He's got a lot. He's down to the 5 and into the 4. 1st and goal for double overtime. In the flats. You gotta make a move, and he at least salvages a yard on that play. Good job to fall forward. 2nd and goal. As he'll scramble, he's gonna walk in. He dives in even for the score. Unnecessary but flashy. Double overtime, 34-34, and BYU will have it first this time. Can they go back-to-back touchdown drives? As from 2nd down and 10, screen set up for the back. He gets by the initial line and will get about 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 6. And he'll move right. Throw back over the middle. It's caught! Down to the 4. And each team just keeps pulling out 3rd down conversions. Keeps keeping things moving. Keeps finding the end zone. And the run through the middle somehow slips through. Touchdown! BYU! How much are these teams going to keep on finding ways to just make some crazy, miraculous plays? 2-point conversion is good. 42-34, USC to go to 3rd overtime. We'll have an open man. That's an easy 16. 1st and goal from the 9. You got 4 tries at this to keep the game moving. It's incomplete on the first one. 2nd and goal now. You still need a 2-point conversion even if you do score, but you got to worry about getting the touchdown first. It'll throw. End zone. It's incomplete. 3rd down and goal. This USC team, their receivers are so rattled. They're dropping everything. End zone. Not going to drop that one, though. Touchdown. And now we have a chance at a triple overtime. For the 2. Everybody in. Quick pass. Come. We're headed to extra 2-point conversion shootout. And now about the first one. Triple overtime. A sack for BYU. They got 7 sacks. BYU for the win. Or a 4th overtime. It's a sack for USC. 4th overtime. And a handoff. Hey, stop. USC for the win. And the running back links out. He's got it. And that is game. Unbelievable. I mean, 44-42 and a just over 1,000-yard season. But, oh my goodness, man. Each team had their chances. You can't even really say one team had, robbed or, they're going to be thinking about one thing or another. Hey, man, you each had 2-point conversions. You each had mistakes in the regular, 4th quarter. I think USC even had more mistakes and still somehow came out on top with that drop touchdown. Maybe a chance at the drive at the very end of the regulation, but still not able to get it done. We move over to Florida. They're up 21-13 on Utah. And let's see if we can have another player have that run to a national championship in the 2nd round. I mean, we've already gotten, 2 Ohio State championships. We got an LSU championship. I mean, I guess Gator was a backup and didn't play for Boise State, but he was a part of a championship team. I don't really count the ones where they're on the bench. Like, technically they got a ring, but they didn't really contribute to it. But Utah and Florida both trading possessions, 7 minutes to play, and they'll throw on the run, broke it up at the last second, hit a 2nd down and 10 handoff. And that defender was put on the ground by the offensive lineman, helped freeing up a hole and getting him about 29 yards on the play, and Florida trying to move to a 2-score lead here. They're at the 33-yard line. And a throw on a 4-man rush. He'll step up now. He'll run around. He moved right and then turn back left and threw it away. 3rd down and 2. Keeper now. He's got a lot of room. And he'll get a 1st down. He's got over 100 yards rushing at the quarterback position, and he's going to add another yard to his total, but he's averaging just shy of 12 yards per run. Can he be running again, though? Gets rid of it on the run! It's a touchdown! What a throw! Seriously, what an incredible throw on the run and a touchdown, 28-13, and Utah needs to respond now. And, I mean, this is the #1 team in the country, a 13-0 Utah team. They are the top dogs here, and they are losing by 2 scores. And they are driving at least a little bit in Florida territory. Quarterback trying to extend this play as long as possible. He'll eventually run. I think he kind of costed himself some yards. He still will get the 1st down, though, as they'll go handoff, cuts it in. He'll take about 5 on the play, but you're down to just over 4 minutes to go, and the run game not helping you. 3rd down and 7, and the inside give for another 6. It's 4th and 1. Gotta go for it here, as they'll step up and fire outside. Got the completion, and loses the defender. They'll get to the 11 now, so Utah could be making the comeback. There's the touchdown, and a 1-score game. Florida now with 3 to go. Can they seal this and head to the semifinals? Well, that's a nice start. A 1st down. They're still throwing the ball, even with under 3 to go now. They're throwing it again. And he'll move right. He'll try and get rid of it. Oh my goodness, he just keeps baiting the defenders in and throwing it. That one didn't go his way, but another throw. They have no interest in running this ball, and I see why, because it works out. Another pass, short, takes it, touchdown. And Florida takes the 2-score lead and basically wraps it up there. 35-20. No one outside of their top receiver rooks caught more than 1 pass, including Freeman himself. Other than Ohio State, I think the team that we have definitely seen the most in this video, whether it is the opposition or the team that we are, I guess rooting for, it is Boise State in the semifinals. They have, I mean, you're going to see obviously the recap at the end of the video where I, take you through all the championships. Dude, Boise State, man, what a, 30 years they had in this video. And that ball is a beautiful throw. That is incredible, man. We're seeing some really pretty throws. And this ain't even a quarterback video, but we're seeing some nice ones. And Boise, it's 17-17. As he'll drop and throw. This quarterback, I'm pretty sure, did win the Heisman Trophy. So, I mean, yeah, he good. But they won't convert on that 3rd down. 4th down punt, and Florida's first play of the drive will be a sack, loss of 6. And he'll go ground game where he, got caught up on the line for a little bit, but found his way through for a 3rd and inches at the 30-yard line. Taking a shot outside, and incomplete. Went for Freeman, and he couldn't hang on. So now Boise takes back over, and their Heisman winning quarterback. I'm very confident. I'm pretty sure he might have even won 2 Heisman. This dude was insane. Yeah, again, just Boise was just insane. I don't know, I feel like at the start of the year, it was a lot of Ole Miss. I mean, I'm getting a lot of Boise these days as well. Ole Miss is still good, but we haven't seen them much in this video, really at all. So maybe Ole Miss got nerfed a little bit or something, or maybe this was just an unlucky set of years for them. I don't know. We still got plenty of experiments to do throughout the year to see how that all unfolds. But Boise on the toss, run. Oh, what a spin move. And a 6. Just got him a whole bunch of extra yards. Yeah, just toss it now on the other side. And breaks the tackle. Touchdown, Boise State. Oh, my goodness, man. 24-17. And Florida's got 4 minutes to play. I mean, I would like to see Freeman do a little bit more. He's been, kind of a non-factor in these playoff games. He's got, he had a catch in the last game. Didn't really do anything else, though, in these games. He hasn't put up big numbers, and I want to see him. He's their top receiver. He's their dude. He's one of their 2-star receivers. And instead, Florida's getting stopped. It's 4th down, and they punt it away. And now Boise can end the game right here if they want to. And Boise, that'll be 8 yards. Florida not burning timeouts quite yet, but they probably are going to have to now with this new set of downs. And they'll run it down to 2:30. Here's where the timeouts will start flowing in. And Boise, another first down and a gain of 25. First timeout used. They'll finally get a nice run stop and an injury timeout to help them. 2nd and 9. Incompletion. Could have been picked by the big man. 3rd and 9. And Boise will have a catch where it's short. 4th and 1. They're going for it. I think this is awesome to get the first down, and they do. That was close, but they got it. They end up running the clock down to about 30 seconds to go, kick a field goal, and win the game. And Boise State heads to another national championship. Freeman, again, a very quiet playoff game, but a productive season, 1,300 yards. He was just really a non-factor in playoff games. Deacon Huber goes from Michigan to Notre Dame, and Doug Long goes to Michigan, so they were able to replace their number 1 receiver with another number 1 receiver. Dylan Murphy gets a +6 overalls, and Deacon Huber will not start for Notre Dame. He's still a pretty low overall. And Doug Long, oh boy, look at him. Yeah, he looks really good. 80 overall. That's going to be the highest overall that we see, it looks like, because 80... that's when you're getting into rare territory. Dylan Murphy, unfortunately, did get hurt. He only played 8 games and had 500 yards. So that was the only receiver we had starting, and he didn't finish the year. So that's unfortunate, but Murphy takes a +1 and will be back starting another season. I thought he might declare, but he didn't. Deacon Huber, though, takes a +8 jump, which is big. And Doug Long, a +6 jump. He's an 86 overall, but he's not starting, unfortunately. And Caleb Ellison is a star. We're back at Ohio State with another receiver. Darrell Mady is a decent player, speedster with solid speed, but nice route running as well. And we'll head to the playoff bracket where we get to see Dylan Murphy, first team All-NCAA. And not only that, Michigan and Notre Dame matched up in the playoffs. Huber did not do too well. He got rolled right off the field and ended up with 1,000 yards on the season. Not a good playoff game and not a good playoff performance from his team as a whole. And we'll move to BYU and what pertains to them. BYU's receiver, I mean, it's been a little unfortunate because that first year where he was a starter, that amazing game against USC where like they very well could have won, and who knows how far they would have went. Then the second year he gets injured, doesn't get to play out his season, takes a step back. Then he comes back with a vengeance. It seems like it was one of the best receivers in the country. Now is winning 21-7. Very quickly though, that game is going to turn to a 21-14 game as Georgia runs it in for the score. And now BYU takes over. Let's see if we can get some big plays from Dylan and, you know, prove why he was first team All-NCAA, one of the best receivers in the country, and one of the, you know, best individual seasons that we have had. And BYU, we don't even get a chance to see it. He's sacked at a 3-and-out. Georgia now with the ball and a chance to tie this up, and they're already in BYU territory with 1 first down. BYU just hoping that they can maybe hold on and their defense can do something for them to at least hold to a field goal. I don't know. I mean, there's still plenty of time here, and you don't want to be in that situation where you're playing not to lose instead of playing to win, and you're just trying to survive, and you're just trying to hold on as Georgia outside and tackled, 3rd and 10. And a chance to get off the field here. Maybe you can hold to a field goal. And the blitz is in. That's going to do it. Georgia punts, and they got nothing on that drive. Now BYU from their own 17 is rolling right. Breaks out of a sack. Finds Murphy. Breaks off of a tackle, and Murphy. Everybody on him. But Murphy had to get free. Oh, he is gone. Touchdown. 83 yards and one of the best plays you're going to see all day. Oh my goodness, how did that just happen? Everything flipped in such an instant. We went from Georgia, you know, ready to maybe tie this game up or at least put up a field goal. They get sacked, they punt, and on the first play of the drive, it's an incredible 83-yarder. And now suddenly 14 points is the deficit with just over 3 to go. And Georgia scrambling. Bulldogs 30, 20, slides at the 19. And they need to find the end zone now, and they are so close. 4 yards out. Georgia for the 1-score deficit. He'll step up and throw. Caught. Touchdown. Bulldogs. And now BYU with a chance to put this one to bed. If they can get a couple of first downs. And there's their star receiver. There's Murphy. First down number 1, and I think another would very well do it. And that's 2nd and inches. Yeah, first down will end it. And there it is. First down BYU. And the 83-yard touchdown changed everything. 144 yards at a score for Murphy. And oh boy, look who's back. It's Boise State, the #1 team in the country. 13-0. What is Boise State, man? This team is insane. I don't know what is going on with them. But BYU is up 14-12 now. And Boise, will they fail to head to a national championship this time around? I mean, they've headed to the national championship a couple of times consecutively. I think they've, like... I don't... Again, we'll see it at the end. I just remember so much Boise State national championship action. And, like... A lot of it, you know, we're not spectating because we don't have any receivers on their team. We've had just Gator, but still, like, it's been a lot for them. However, on 3rd and 5, they don't get the first down. That was a real good opportunity if they wanted to make it a 2-score game. Instead, they'll kick the field goal. It'll be 17-12, so at least for the BYU defense, it's been a really good performance. But look at their quarterback at Boise State. It's the same dude, Alani Toomer, as last year, and it's the same dude who's winning Heisman, I'm pretty sure, as well. Like, this dude, I don't know what it is about this guy in particular. I think he won 2 Heismans, though. And, yeah, he's got his team in a nice position now. And throw out into the flats. He actually loses 5. Probably shouldn't have caught that ball, but it is what it is. He'll go swing it out to him again. This time he'll not lose 5 yards. He'll get about 12. And it'll be 3rd down and 3. Direct keeper. And Toomer's got the first down. Into the red zone they go. And Toomer is sacked. 6-yard loss, and maybe Boise will have to settle for field goal again. Will it be another field goal settled for? He gets it out of bounds. It's 3rd and 16. How many field goals can you really bank on as they get it out on the screen? He's got room. He's got a close one, but it's 4th and inches. It was a close call. They go for it. They got the first. They got the touchdown. Boise State. Oh boy, they take the lead. 2-point conversion is no good, but hey, the 1-point lead might just be enough. They can hold out this top level passing attack. Their other receivers got 97 yards. Here's Murphy with the catch for basically nothing. 3rd down and 10, and they try to find the other receiver. Incomplete. Quick 3 and out, but they go for it on 4th down with 2.5 to play. It's risky. It's incomplete. They had all their timeouts in the 2-minute warning, but they didn't want to give Boise the ball back. And I understand why. Boise now at the 7. And it still would be a 1-score game if they score because they missed that 2-point conversion earlier. But Boise State finds the end zone. Touchdown. Extra point makes it an 8-point game. BYU now has 2 minutes and no timeouts. Tight end screen here. They'll get him to the 36-yard line. Can Boise go again? And behind this quarterback, succeed again. 1:15 from the 46. He's sacked. 3rd and 11 with a minute to play. See if you can maybe find Murphy or something. Take your shot outside. He caught it. And now at the 28. This game not done yet. Come on, guys. Scrambling. Sliding for 5, 3rd and 5. Again, no timeout, so they got to hurry back and just do the best they can with what they have. And he'll throw short of the sticks. And he got the first down after the broken tackle. It was right at the line, but he ensured that he got it with the first after the broken tackle. 25 seconds to go from the 13. Moving left. And he'll try to set his feet. Doesn't like what he sees. That's a fumble. No! Boise recovers and wins the game. He had to get rid of it, man. And Murphy ends up with a very quiet game, but a great season. And we'll go in the first round. And Boise State again. And also Ohio State again. Darrell Meddy goes there. Deacon Huber starting at Notre Dame. Doug Long is going to be starting at Michigan. He took a +6 back-to-back years after being an 80 overall to start. And then Ohio State, yep, we're back to what we expected here. Ohio State with more stuff. Lane Red, contested specialist athlete, is a bust. Okay, a little rough, but we do have some Heisman news for you. How about this? 2 wide receivers are in the running. Doug Long, though, for Michigan, the highest rated freshman receiver that we had, and then jumped up +6, then jumped up +6 again, and now is a 92 overall. And for a Heisman Trophy victory, it is Doug Long. We have a Heisman winner this video. Ruggs was the only other person to get in the running. He couldn't get it done. Was not quite good enough. He was the second best receiver in the country. But here we go, undisputed best receiver in the country, and one heck of a season. We'll talk to you about the stat lines and, you know, once we get through his run, because he's got Michigan #2 seed and a 12-1 record. Meanwhile, for Notre Dame and Huber, they got a nice bowl game against Bowling Green that they won pretty easily. And Huber got 900 yards, so nothing to really go crazy about there. Ohio State versus Washington. Oh boy, it's Washington again. You know, these Huskies have been very good side characters in this video, just having some brutal defeats and just always right there to put over our young #1 overall wide receiver talents and give them a nice playoff victory. Salute to you guys, Washington. You've helped out Ruggs. You've helped out a couple of other players along the way, and I appreciate you, but you might actually get your win here. You might actually win against one of these receivers. You might do it, man. You're down by 10 if you're Ohio State, but you know against Washington, you always got a chance. Inside the 10 to the 7, and can they make it a 3-point game? It's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 4. Drop in. No, he'll hand. He'll run. He doesn't get it. It's 4th and 2. They're kicking. So it will be a 1-score game, but Washington at least holds and make sure that they don't get the touchdown. And Cobalt, I'm almost rooting for them. You know, it's time the side character get a victory here. I mean, let's see if they can finish, though. 2nd and 1. Draw a lot of room for the quarterback. All the way past midfield to the 43-yard line. And if they can find a field goal on the drive, go a long way to make it another 2-score deficit for Ohio State to have to overcome. Play fake. I don't know what that shovel pass was all about, but hey, you know, hits the back of a lineman, 3rd down and 4. They don't get it. And from a 54-yard field goal try, they don't go for it. They end up punting, and now Ohio State has the ball. Oh no. I mean, I know it's a long kick, but again, you didn't have the kicker to do it. That's unfortunate. And now Ohio State is going to have a 3rd down and 6 from the 41 of Washington. Design rollout. He got the pressure. He got in. 4th and 6. They will punt so Washington can end it here. And they'll run. The quarterback scrambling for a decent gain. Now to the backfield. He's close. Oh, he fought for the 1st. Oh my goodness. One more and they got to win. One more 1st down for the Huskies. Screen, and they're gonna win the playoff game. Yay, good for them. Even though they don't have any receivers that we're paying attention to in this video, you know, good for them. It's Elfson goes for 900 yards and 8 touchdowns, and also we've gotten a lot of Ohio State. Let's get into Michigan though, and their Heisman winning receiver. I mean, you are obviously going to go down and say the best individual season that we may have. I mean, it's the only Heisman winner for one, and not only that, it was a well-deserved Heisman win. He had a whole bunch of touchdowns on his resume, so this might go down as the best individual year we're going to have all video, and I want to see him cap it off with a championship and get another different player on this video to get a ring. Issue for Michigan, though, is it is a 13-9 deficit for them. They're at the 38-yard line, 3rd down and 9. So they roll and throw into the dirt. They got the kicking ability. Yeah, 55 yards, almost blocked. Field goal is no good. He had the distance, not the accuracy. and USC will take over. Would have made it a 1-point game, and now USC, first play of the drive, 62-yard touchdown. Could go down as a potential dagger shot to Michigan, who hasn't been able to score a touchdown all day. Quick slant, caught, broken tackle, got a lot of speed. Does he have enough though? Not quite, but he turns like a 7-yard slant into a massive play to get him now right into the red zone, 3rd and 3, and Michigan got the completion, first down at the 13-yard line, and maybe not out of it yet, as he'll get one out to the tight end once more, turns it upfield, gets it to the 6-yard line, 2nd and 3, handoff, and that to the number 77, they're decapitated somebody, which is an impressive block. They'll find the end zone on the next play, and Michigan responds very well, and a very needed response. Also the 2-point conversion to make it a field goal game. And now USC, I don't know if they got another 62-yard touchdown in them, but 3rd down and 7. Will they even have a single first down? Take a shot deep, and not this time. Michigan gets it back with 4.5 to play, and now they could be in the driver's seat, especially if they would have hit that long field goal. We would have been in a tie game, but I mean, he sheds off a potential sack and then gets brought down by somebody else. 2nd down and 14. In the flats, he'll get the sack yards, not even all of them back. He'll get 2 yards. 3rd and 12. We haven't seen that Heisman winning receiver really much. And the completion. That's why we're trying to keep an eye out for him. Number 17, Long. It's been number 13 mostly. And here's Long with the completion. That's what we're looking for, 8 yards. As now, 2nd down and 2, he'll step up and run, and to the red zone, right at the 21, not quite in, but getting closer. They're already in like a very good spot to tie, can take the lead here. As a 3rd down and 2 though, they'll go keeper option, 1st down at the 7. Come on, Michigan, we want to see this Heisman receiver move on. He's at the 1. And now 2:30 to play, 1 yard out, draw, touchdown, Michigan. And the lead, USC, now only has that one big touchdown for their resume in the corner, but how did you let that happen? Oh my goodness, another play that was just, should have been very little, turned into a whole lot, and now USC is at the 31-yard line. And they'll take a shot outside. He's open. Goal to go from the 8. A minute to play. And USC in the flats gets his man. Touchdown. Trojans. And they respond. And Michigan's got just 50 seconds to try to pull off a field goal. And a drop. Flat out drop by the tight end. 40 seconds. And outside. Get some redemption. And the big man's got it in midfield. Timeout, Bird, 35 seconds to go. You still have 2 timeouts. And he'll move, throw, short, got a completion, turns it into 14 yards. Another timeout. You have the field goal range from here, but you missed from this distance roughly earlier. Now you've got yourself in a lot more comfortable of a position at the 25, 42-yard kick. And we are headed to overtime. And another intense overtime game for USC. I mean, we had the BYU game earlier on a few years back, and now we got the Michigan game where let's see if it ends up going to triple, quadruple overtime this time around. As from the 10, he gets inside to the 8. Their running back's having a big game. Handoff to him again. Tight end hits the block. Got the touchdown. Nice job sealing the edge. Now can the Trojans respond? Their set of downs begins with a 1st down sack. Loss of 10 and well behind the numbers now. Another sack and loss of 8. It's 3rd and 28. Oh my goodness. His head incomplete. 4th and 28. And everything is unraveled for USC. He's brought down again. Michigan wins it. Long only 3 catches on the game, but it's okay. He comes out with a victory now against, oh, well, it's Boise State. The thing is Boise scored a touchdown at the very end to make it a 14-point game, but again, it was one of those games where Michigan was very much out in front, and Boise ended up scoring a little bit at the end to make the score look a bit closer, but oh my goodness, look who's in the national championship, guys. Look who's in the national championship. It's Washington. They might be able to do it. I mean, we went all the way back with Washington beating Ohio State. They've gone on to make the national championship, and now they're running into Michigan. We have split interest here. We could either root for the side characters that have been kind of, you know, not robbed, but had unfortunate finishes every single year and lost, or we could root for the Heisman winning receiver who's been spectacular throughout the year. A little bit of a quiet playoffs, but still been really good this season. 17-13. Washington is leading, but Michigan now has the ball with 7.5 to go. Inside, screen gets nothing. 3rd down and 6. And quick inside, slant route, 1st down. As from the 35 now, in the flats, he'll find a man, makes a move, gets a decent 4, given the fact that he caught that ball well behind the line of scrimmage. As now the stretch run, gets him another 1st down as they're moving it well, close to midfield. 6.5 to play. I'd love to see Long get the ball more, but here, number 11 again is the one just racking up all these catches. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if they're putting all their attention and focus on the Heisman winner, but you know, everybody else, I guess, is succeeding. And he breaks out of a sack. Got to get rid of it. No, he takes a sack anyway, and we'll get backed up to 3rd and 9. And over the middle, there's number 13, the other receiver. I mean, they got good receivers all over the place. It's just not the one we're looking for succeeding right now. And the scramble, Long is not even going to be able to hit the block. He's going to get a 1st and goal, though, on the scramble. And for the lead, trying to get that lead, 3rd and goal. Throwing, end zone, broken up. And they'll kick a field goal to be down by 1. Washington, here's your chance to be able to win the national title. Come on, guys. I just don't want to see them choke. Like, if they lose the game straight up, it is what it is, but it would just be heartbreaking to see them have another choke. As Washington, there you go, 1st down. And to the 30 at the 29-yard line is where they mark them down. 2nd and 12, though, after a 2-yard loss. They go speed option, pitch it out to the back. He's got a little bit. 3rd and 7, direct to the QB, and close. 4th and inches, they're going for it. Big call, big conversion. And Michigan, oh boy, it's a little risky now, as that's going to be basically your game if they get a 1st down. They got a 1st get down. No, they scored the touchdown. Okay, you've given Michigan a chance in this one, because if you go down, you can run the clock out, and you give Michigan a chance, and they're taking that chance all the way. Touchdown, there's no way, Washington, you're not choking this. You just had to go down, and you would have been able to nail the ball out. 2-point conversion. It's no good. Okay, just recover the onside kick, and you're good. And 1 misses, 2 misses. Oh my goodness, Washington, what are you doing? The 1st onside kick of the year. I can't believe this, man. I can't believe this team. And the catch, that's Long into field goal range. And now another 1st down. There's Long, the Heisman winner again. There's just no way, man. There's just no way. They get a 1st down, they're running the clock down, and they kick a field goal. There's just no way. Who cursed this Washington team? Who did this? How? An onside kick recovery. Long had 125 catches, 1,600 yards, and 21 touchdowns. I gotta obviously hype up that incredible season and him being a 1st-round draft pick, but my goodness, what am I witnessing with Washington in this video? That is unbelievable that we have witnessed multiple historic chokes. That one, the most egregious of them all. Lane Red, the next player up, goes to Oklahoma. Ellison is a +4 for Ohio State. Mady is a +5, not starting. And then Lane Red, the lowest overall of the video, 73 impact. Andre Egbo up next, physical route runner, 6'4". and we head to a playoff bracket where Ohio State's not actually involved. They get a bowl game. They face San Jose State, so you could probably imagine that went pretty much a dominant victory for Ohio State. Ellison goes for a bit worse of a season, gets drafted in the 3rd round. Lane Red transfers to Penn State immediately. Andre Egbo goes to Georgia. And Mady is going to be starting at Ohio State now. So they left, one receiver left, another comes in. Lane Red, not a big jump. He's already pretty low, 76 overall. And Egbo, 75 star. I don't know how I messed this up. I didn't get his ratings for some reason. I just clicked on his profile. That's my bad. Up next, we have Gem. How about a contested specialist? Gem receiver. And then for Ohio State, they didn't make another playoff appearance here. So this game was, again, one of those games. I did watch it just to see if anything good happened, but it was one of those games where LSU was kind of up by 3 scores. They scored a touchdown, and I was trying to see if, like, maybe one of the receivers did anything. Nothing really happened. Ohio State got a stop, and then they drove down the field, took the entire time, and then threw an interception in the end zone. So it's one of those games where score, like, 12-point game, it wasn't nothing really to watch there. So I just wanted to see if he got any production. He didn't. He even missed a couple of games during the season, but it ultimately was fine and immediately went pro, so good on him, I guess, to be a 2nd-round pick. Andre Egbo also immediately transferred. He goes to Oklahoma. As always, with any potentially complicated name, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Is it Lee Ojemudia? Oljamudia? I don't know, man. I try my best with these names. Egbo got a +2. And Lee here is a elite dev for Michigan, so hey, maybe Michigan could have another big-time receiver. Spencer Witten up next, a route artist who not really all that great at route running. Meanwhile, Lee was the only one who got some significant playtime this season. It wasn't that much. He was the number 4 receiver. He did get 20 catches, 5 touchdowns. Spencer Witten ends up going to Clemson. Lane Red just can't find his way into a starting lineup, really. He's just kind of sticking around. He's just getting very small +2s, +3s. And might end up being like the lowest overall player of the video. And hey, +6 for Lee and a starting opportunity. Spencer Witten, impact dev. And now up next, Amari Pitts, route artist. A little bit better in the route running department. At least you see some 80s. And Michigan, number 1 team in the country. And a NCAA All-American. I'll just call him Lee just because it's a little bit easier. You know, Lee with the catch would be a lot easier of a call. And in case I am messing the name up, I don't want to keep saying the wrong thing. So right now we got Texas A&M 16-10. And one of the handful of NCAA All-American receivers we've had in this video, he is going to add to that pretty short list that we've had. We've had like 4, 5, maybe a couple. Again, we'll get to that at the end of the video when we do all the final stats and tallies. But down by 6 right now against A&M, and the handoff will be for a 1st down. And let's see if Lee can follow in the footsteps of the predecessor. You know, get just a level of success just like Long had before him. But the running back's having a lot of success right now, and inside the 10, he's over 140 yards. And the play action, rolling right, gets rid of it, end zone, touchdown. And that is impressive. Pratt with the score. So not Lee, but a touchdown for the lead. Can he hold on to that 1-point lead as A&M taking over with the ball, 13 yards? I mean, I'm already like happy with the amount of national championships that we've been able to acquire in this video since like we've gone last year and the year before that when we've done these videos. There's been whole videos where we go without a national championship. There's been whole videos, you know, Heismans, especially for like a running back wide receiver type of video. So to have a Heisman Trophy winner, to have a couple of national championships, already happy with those results. The thing that has been really crazy is just how many of these wide receivers have made the playoffs. So many of them have made the playoffs. Look at this punt from A&M all the way at the 1. That's like at the half-yard line. What a punt. And, I mean, that's dangerous to do a toss play in the end zone, but seemingly works out. You got a couple of yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 from your own 6. You set up the screen, throw it quickly. What in the world are you doing on that screen? But, hey, guys, if you like punting, look at this punt. Look at this punt from the safety kick. Are you kidding me? Have to one the other way. And no safety for A&M, though. They are going to get out of the end zone, unlike Michigan. That is just an insane. I have never seen a safety punt like that before. That is insane. And is A&M going to win this game because of a safety? Like, they got the ball back, and now they're running the clock. Up by 1, 3 minutes to play. 3rd and 11. Okay, they at least get a stop. Michigan will have a chance with a 1-point deficit. It would just be kind of unfortunate if the game actually is a result of a game-ending safety or game-winning safety is the ultimate score at the end. 3rd down and 4. No, he's sacked. It's 4th and 12. It might actually be a game-ending safety. It's a tackle in the flats. A&M ball. And the 1st down run inside the 5. And, I mean, you could score the touchdown here. Oh, my goodness. What are you... That's an interception, though. Picked off the tip. What just happened there? He threw a bubble, which was unnecessary. And it was a tip pick. And Michigan can win this game now. They got the return all the way to midfield. And he got the throw off just before the sack. 3rd down and 10, though. And will the pick go to waste? That's another sack. What are you doing, Michigan? You're blowing your opportunities here. Maybe you used all your potential luck for that pick. It's an underthrown deep ball, and the game is over. Just scared for a moment, though, I guess, as he ends up at 1,100 yards. 4 catches for 7 yards was their leader in catches. That's disappointing. Amari Pitts ends up going to Penn State. And Lane Red, what a guy, man. Just keeps getting a little bit better and keeps not starting, keeps just hovering around that number 4 wide receiver spot. Andre Egbo is going to start for Oklahoma. And Lee still starting here, +4 overall. Spencer Witten's also going to be starting with a +5. And we'll have Amari Pitts with star dev, and he'll be on the bench, of course, for Penn State. And Roy O'Neal up next as speedster wide receiver. Pretty standard what we've seen with speedster guys. Michigan is back in the playoffs, back in a 1st round bye, didn't win the conference championship, and Lee is back in an NCAA All-American team, 1st team this year. As we head to a bowl game, Clemson. Witten ends up the number 12 seed at Clemson, so it looks like they made the ACC championship game and lost, and that costed them a playoff spot. Instead, they're in the prestigious Pop-Tart Bowl, and they are taking on Kansas. Kansas down by 10. And in the red zone, wide open receiver. And he missed the touchdown. Just flat out wide open and a miss. They'll kick a field goal, make it a 7-point game. So Clemson now, see if Spencer Witten can do anything on offense. Well, Clemson's going to be scrambling, running for a 1st. As from the 39 now. They got time. We'll take a shot over the middle. That's a flag. And is that going to be a late hit on the quarterback? They will call pass interference on number, was that 97 they called that? Because they always show the camera, like, on the guy who got penalized. Is that the dude number 97? And that run is also crazy. I was over here trying to figure out the penalty stuff. That's a touchdown run. Amazing run and a 2-touchdown lead for Clemson. So I guess who cares if a D lineman was for some reason covering a receiver down the field and got a penalty? Who cares? They got a crazy touchdown run and Kansas goes 3 and out. Well, with 6.5 minutes to play, they're going to go for it. And trying to keep their hopes alive. Hit as he's throwing, incomplete. Clemson takes over. And with the ball, they go down to 3rd and 8. So they could, I guess, settle for a field goal here. And a run for a 4th and 2. They'll go for it. I don't know about that. He's close. They don't give it to him. I felt like that's a maybe. I felt like he maybe had that, but I do think that was one situation where you could have kicked a field goal to make it a 3-score lead, I should say. A 17-point game with like 4 minutes to play would have been like impossible. But with the 2-score lead, you get a play like this, and Kansas State's 71-yard touchdown suddenly means you got a chance in this. So now with 3 to go, will Clemson be able to run up the rest of this clock? Well, that's a wide open receiver. And we haven't seen any catches from Witten as he's out there. I just don't really see him getting a whole lot of production. sliding for a first down. And how about one more for the game? Falls forward, 4th and 1. Now you can go for double down on your call from last drive, get the first, and end the game. Witten ends up with a decent season, 995, 4 catches on the game at 995 and 11 touchdowns, so just shy of the 1,000-yard mark. We head into the playoffs. This is Andre Egbo and Oklahoma. He had himself pretty solid season starting here at Oklahoma, and now trying to see if he can make a playoff run. We haven't seen a whole lot of this Oklahoma Sooner team this video. They haven't really had like any other players. I think there was Lane Red, I think, committed to them and then transferred. There might have been another player that transferred and committed, but there hasn't been much Oklahoma is what I'm trying to say here. And they're up 20-15 on Ole Miss. A lot less Ole Miss in this video, like I mentioned earlier. So, you know, nice change of pace to not just see a bunch of Ole Miss gameplay. 50-yard line, quick throw to the tight end. And a first down for a gain of 13. 7 minutes to go. And quick out, another just RPO. This one, though, will take it the distance. Touchdown, Oklahoma. New drive for the Rebels. They kick it off with a handoff, and the run right through the middle. Spins off a tackler, and he's outrunning everybody. They're gaining on him, but they're not going to be able to catch him. A one-play, 75-yard touchdown. And Ole Miss puts themselves back in a 1-touchdown deficit as they'll throw. Oklahoma steps up, runs, and driven down. They go 3 and out very quickly. And now the Rebels, what do you got next? A sack. I mean, it was an RPO kind of QB draw situation, but they rule it a sack. 4-yard loss, 3rd and 12. He's nowhere near the sticks. He had to make a lot of people miss, didn't do it. And they'll have to give it right back to Oklahoma, who tries a similar thing. They get sacked. They lose 4. You've seen them not be able to execute. And then you tried it yourself and had the same result, then lose 3 more yards. Blitz on 3rd and 17. They find a receiver, but it's broken up. Wouldn't have had the first anyway. And the Rebels get good field position now with 3 minutes to play. Underneath, we'll get to a first down, 11 yards, and at the 36 of Oklahoma. Another bubble screen out, and this time it's Ole Miss succeeding with the short passing game. Oklahoma had a big play earlier from it, and now it's Ole Miss's turn in the red zone. End zone shot! Put it up there, and a touchdown for the lead. 2-point conversion for a field goal game. He'll run, he'll be in. And 30-27 is your score. Oklahoma could go down here as a blitz off the edge. Unblocked defender and a loss of 7. And Oklahoma now on 2nd and 17 will get 9 yards and move it to 3rd and 8. Step up, run, got the first, makes a move, and down at the 34. They lose 1 yard on first down with a minute to play now. They'll get a receiver out there. Defender got to him right on time, incomplete, 3rd and 11. Take a shot down the field, rail it in. And Oklahoma moving. They got 1 timeout left. Avoid the sack. He can't do it. He loses 9 more. They've just been taking too many devastating losses. 38 seconds. He's had a lot of time in the pocket. Somebody got to get open, and he couldn't hang on. 3rd and 19. Deep shot is deflected. 4th and 19. And this might be game. Another shot. And this is going to be a 1st and more. Gain of 38 and a field goal for overtime is good. And somehow, with the way that drive went and the holes that they were in with the sacks, we're finding ourselves at overtime. Oklahoma has got a first down immediately. It's goal to go from the 9, their possession first, and the keeper tackled for a loss. 2nd and goal, turns to 3rd and goal at the 14. Option again, he'll keep it, he'll make a move, he'll make 2 guys miss, but he won't get there, and they'll settle for a field goal. Not ideal, but at least it's better than nothing. You just gotta hold Ole Miss out of the end zone, and that's not a good start. It's goal to go immediately from the 8. First down, and they'll throw short of the goal line. He's going to make it to the 1-yard line, though. Just try to pound it in, and they do. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They win it. and Andre Agbo goes down immediately. He had 1,300 yards and a 100-yard game. Overall, a really nice season, but not able to get it done. So now we move over to Michigan. And look at the scoring in this game. This is riveting stuff. 3-3. Both offenses absolutely useless. It's a 3rd and 8 from the 9 and an incompletion in the end zone. So it'll be a field goal, and we have 6 points on the board. 6-3. Your score. Texas now taking over, and nobody's been able to find the end zone. I don't really know what the hopes of seeing our All-American wide receiver get a lot of production will be, but we're going to hope for the best. It's 4th and inches, and they punt it away. And Michigan back out there. What a grab! Okay, Lee. Okay. I think that was it with the grab. What a one-hander. That is insane. Quick slant, got it for the first down. I was doubting him for a second, but hey, the offense for Michigan actually doing some stuff. And a 4-yard gain as they'll go handoff once more. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Texas run defense pretty effective. And a stop, it's 4th and 3. And they'll get a free first down. They jumped. They got it anyway on the conversion, so it didn't matter. They got 5 yards, but they had a 5-yard penalty. At Texas, bad all around. You got the jump and you couldn't even stop him. 3rd down and 6, though. Another opportunity to get off the field. Lee on the target, and not really the best of throws. So they'll go for the field goal, and we're still no touchdown scored in this one. 9-3. 6 minutes to play, and can somebody find the end zone? Honestly, well, like, actually, preferably not Texas. So, like, I'm fine if it's 9-3. We're obviously rooting for our number 1 receivers. And, yeah, completion out of bounds at the 40. So Texas finally getting into Michigan territory for one of the few times all game that they have gotten here. And immediately a 21-yard run is going to get them in the red zone. Texas moving right. Sacked. Loss of 9. 28-yard line. A handoff. I don't know about that. 3rd down and 18. And they'll go play action. He's pressured. He's sacked again. And yeah, 4th and 26, probably just the field goal's the move. And they missed the field goal. Oh my goodness, man. Texas, what is going on here? Michigan can run out the rest of this clock. And the handoff will be for a few. 3rd down and 6 to the air. Over the middle. Got it. And one more first down can probably end it. And he's close, 2nd and inches. Now for sure it'll be over. And they pitch it out, and they got it. Game over. No touchdowns scored. 9-3. And Lee had the one-handed catch, but hey, it was a dang good catch. So you know what? That's fine. But guess who's back, guys? It's Boise State, and it's Boise versus Michigan now in the semifinals. Could be seeing another Boise State trip to a national championship. Seriously, man, like it's just been all like 30 years that this team has been living in the Final Four. And the throw, they're up by 1, and they're moving it. 37-yard line. Michigan's defense, I would hope you keep them out of the end zone so you can have a chance to take the lead on the next drive. That was a real missed opportunity, I feel like, for Boise State. If they let that develop a little bit, I think a wheel route from the running back was gone. 3rd and 13 in the flats. They do make the tackle, 4th and 5, and they punted from the 32. That is disgusting. 32? I mean, like, even I don't agree with that. I would say at that point it's like, just go for it. You get a touchback. What, you save yourself 12 yards? Who cares at that point? Michigan, though, doesn't move the ball at all. So, like, I guess it doesn't really matter. Boise takes over with 6.5 to go, and we'll get a first down. 6 minutes to play, and the handoff through the middle for a yard. And now 2nd and 9. Dropping, throwing it deep. There's a flag down. It's knocked out. And I think they're going to get roughing the passer. And yep, roughing the passer. That's brutal. Would have been 3rd and 9. Instead, new set of downs at the 5-minute mark. Keeper, big hit. 3rd down and 13 for Boise. And the completion, not going to get the first. Well, Michigan has another chance at it. Still a 1-point game, 4 to go. Let's start with a 3rd down and 6, though. Can you avoid going 3 and out? And no, I don't think they will. And it's a 4th down. They'll punt it away. And there's only so many times you can allow this to happen. Boise 3rd down on their end. They avoid the 3 and out. They get it. And this is dangerous for Michigan. Are they even going to touch the ball again? Running. And 2nd and 1. Handoff. He is got the first, and one more for the game. Boise State is going back to a national championship. Oh my goodness, man. These dudes. Lee had awesome season, 1,400 yards. He had a touchdown in this game. He ends up going in the 1st round, well deserved. And we move on. Lane becomes the first person in the video not a high enough overall at Penn State to get drafted. And look who got the next one. Roy O'Neal's going to Boise State. Andre Egbo starting, +4 at Oklahoma. And then how about Spencer Witten, +4, still starting at Clemson. And then for Amari Pitts, he went to Penn State. He transferred. He didn't pop up anywhere. And then I looked for him. He ended up at Michigan. Pitts immediately went to Michigan and took a +8 and then is now a starter for them. So sick. We got another Michigan receiver, I guess. And look at the 1st round matchup. It's Boise State and Michigan. But we have another one as well. We actually have an encounter of a little number 1 receiver on number 1 receiver action. It's Oklahoma versus Clemson. That's cool. Spencer Witten, Andre Egbo taking each other on 17-14 and a sack. Clemson's winning, and a field goal try from a long way out is no good. Seeing a couple more long distance misses, and they've been pretty automatic in the videos that I've done. Kickers are just crazy, I feel like, sometimes in this game. But they're missing a little bit today, which is cool. It's something different, and, you know, they probably should be missing since they are college kickers at the end of the day. Oklahoma, meanwhile, completion outside for 8 yards, 2nd down and 2. They go jet pass. They get stuffed, and they lose 2, 3rd down and 4. And keeper for the quarterback. I feel like that play is just... it never goes the way of the team running it. And now a missed field goal on the other end. From 50 yards out, they miss. Okay, we're having some crazy misses now. Like, both teams missing field goals. And that one was for the tie. 3rd and 12. That'll be a stop, and Oklahoma will get the ball back at least. But my goodness, man, you had the opportunity here, and you just let it slip away. Screen. Oh, it's tipped off an lineman and picked off. Pick 6? That came out of nowhere, and a pick from a lineman just, I don't know how the heck that happened. Okay, well, Oklahoma now suddenly down by 10 in very depressing fashion. That pass outside's caught, and turning up the field, and turning on the Jets. He's gonna take it 73 yards, and they make up for that big mistake on the pick 6, just like that. Clemson, though, is it still, though, enough time for Oklahoma? They got just 2.5 minutes, and Clemson's got a 1st down and more. Getting it out of bounds, though, that does help Oklahoma. So another 1st down could be where it does. Oklahoma in, and yeah, it'll take at least one more. They got it immediately, so yeah, one more, and there is a 1st. There is a big gain. And because they got out of bounds, it was another clock stoppage, but hey, who cares? They got another 1st down again. And just for good measure, because, you know, why not be a bunch of jerks? Let's score a touchdown on the final play of the game. You know, anybody who bet the spread and it was like a 3.5-point game. Yeah, they called Vegas for that one. There's your bet loss. So Clemson wins 30-21, and Egbo had a touchdown. Witten, pretty quiet game. Egbo, really big step back. It's probably one of the biggest drop-off seasons we're going to have. I mean, 1,300 yards all the way down to 700. And then Michigan, Boise, out of here. Good job stomping Boise out, but the problem is you go to the next round and you get destroyed. 41-17 on Penn State. So 100 catches, though, for Pitts, 1,200 yards, a nice season. And we move on to have Michigan completely gone, and the only team we have left is Clemson after their victory. The issue is for Clemson, though, it is a 30-17 deficit on Ole Miss. So we'll see if maybe Witten can have a bit better of a performance here and maybe help his team get back in this and pull off a 13-point comeback. As they'll throw one up top, there's a chance, there's a catch, and a 1st down. Not Witten, but another one of those receivers as they'll go throw on the run. Deep ball, and he's got it at 1st and goal. They're just slinging it down the field, and it's working. And now they got a touchdown. Clemson makes it a 6-point game. So they just went full gunslinger and just flung it down the field, and it worked out good on them. But now a stop. Okay, everything's rolling in Clemson's favor. There's a quick pass over the middle. There's Witten. There's a nice job to get a catch for him. He's got 5 for 96. I can't even hate. He's actually having a pretty nice game right now. So see if we can get him to that 100-yard mark. Another catch would probably do it. And there's Witten. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. There is your chance, not only for a 3rd down conversion, but for Witten's 100-yard game. And Ole Miss, how did you just let that become a 1st down? Oh my goodness, that is amazing pursuit, amazing teamwork from Clemson's defense. And they'll have the ball, 4.5 minutes to go, and they're moving it down the field. And now is it going to start getting a little scary if they convert this 3rd down and they can start running this clock out for like the entirety of it? If they run out all like 6.5 minutes, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Clemson, if you let this happen. Come on, guys. Get the stop. Nobody's running for another 1st down. There is just 3 minutes to play. Play action in the flats. Got him. Another 1st. And in the 9-yard line, they're out of timeouts. A run 2 yards shy of the 4th down marker. They'll go and kick a field goal. But yeah, I mean, they didn't run the whole clock out, but you made it a 2-score game, made them use all their timeouts. We jump ahead to the 25-second mark. 3rd and goal, incompletion. 4th and goal, they kick a field goal. With 20 seconds to play, onside kick is what they'll need. And they don't get it, so Clemson goes down. Unfortunate, since they had a real chance in this one, but no championship for Witten, who goes for 900 yards and 9 touchdowns. A pretty similar season to last year, and he'll end up going in the 5th round after going pro. It'd be nice for some of these players to stick around a little bit longer if they're going to be day 3 prospects. Gabe Gossett goes to Alabama. Alabama's been non-existent this video. Amari Pitts is really good. Roy O'Neal not starting at Boise State yet. And then Gabe Gossett, star dev for Alabama. Let's see if he stays at Alabama, because they've just been a non-factor. Ty Setterstrom, oh boy, 99 speed and good route running. That dude is one of the cooler players that we've had in this video. That's nice. And we get into this game. It's a bowl game, and it was 37-20. Michigan scored a late touchdown. It was, again, one of those bowl games where kind of just in control. I wanted to hop in still to see if there was any cool highlights that happened. Nothing really did. 37-27. And Amari Pitts ends up with 1,100 yards and 4 touchdowns and goes in the 1st round. So I would have liked to see maybe Michigan do a little bit better while he was there, but they didn't. Gabe Gossett does transfer from Alabama to Georgia, and Ty Setterstrom goes to Clemson. We are down to almost the end here, wrapping things up. Roy O'Neal and Gabe Gossett going to be starting at their schools, Boise State and Georgia. Ty Setterstrom, star dev. He's got 99 speed, man. What I mean by that, though, Dwayne Azur is the second to last. This is wide receiver number 24. So we are running out of players, and once we obviously have everybody in, we will finish out their careers, get to all the statistics you want to see. Boise State versus Auburn now. We have a 1st-round playoff matchup, and for once, for the first time in a long time, we're on the side of Boise State. We're not playing against them. We're actually rooting for them, but you know how this goes. The one time we're going to be rooting for them, they're going to lose, so it's going to be funny. Boise down by 3, and they will get a sack. 3rd down and 5. Quick pass, couldn't bring it in though. Good job for Boise. Let's see if O'Neal can get something going, as the jet pass is going to get him a couple. 2nd down and 2. Quick slant, got it for a 1st down. All right, 2 good plays in a row. Make it 3 as through the middle. That's going to be another one for O'Neal. Keep an eye on him, number 12. We'll see how much he gets the ball the rest of the way. 41-yard line on the throw. In the flats. Oh my goodness, he ran the route for him. That was intended for O'Neal. Track him down. He does at the 2. But you tried to get it to O'Neal, and it was picked off, and it's essentially a pick 6. They punch it into the end zone the next play, and it's 27-17. That's just depressing. And they'll toss one up. That is an ugly throw. Come on, he was wide open. And now Boise, all of a sudden when we have a number 1 receiver on their team, they just forget how to play, huh? Their quarterback is just a bot. He might be a bot. He just got sacked for a loss of 12. 4 minutes to play. It's 3rd and 24. Take a shot deep, and it's caught. At least the receivers are good. That wasn't even O'Neal, but okay, yeah, great catch. And from the 30-yard line, needing to find some points here. You're in field goal range, and I think you're going to end up settling, aren't you? Yeah, field goal. Okay, 3 minutes to go, and the kick is good, so you got to get a stop now. 2.5 to play. Run is going to get them to a 3rd and 8, so it could be a quick 3 and out. Moving right, got a man sure, and it's enough, I think. It is a first down. Still not over yet. One more first will do it. And that is a deflection. Okay, a pass. That's brutal, as Auburn's still throwing. And it's another incompletion. Auburn, what are you doing? You somehow gave them 2 minutes after getting a first down? Okay, hey, that's a mistake that we're happy to take. And let's see if we can get the comeback win here from down 10 with like 4 minutes to play. And now let's look for maybe O'Neal or one of these other talented receivers. And can the quarterback make a quicker decision maybe? Throwing, underneath, caught, there's O'Neal, and he's short, but he got 8. Make it 3rd and 2, 4-man rush, stepping up, throwing, got a man, got the first, and a lot more to the 27-yard line, 50 seconds to play. And a chance to tie this one up. Got it! At the 6, we could be tying this one up. And the Boise is going to fire one out of bounds. Okay, good to get rid of it, though. 3rd down and goal with 30 seconds to go. Swing it outside. Can't make a miss. It's 4th and goal. Last chance for Boise State. Come on. Moving. Throwing. Up. Incomplete. And that'll be game. Ends up with 1,200 yards. 16 touchdowns is pretty dang good, but other than that, you know, a one and done, unfortunate. And then we move to Georgia, where Gossett is going to have his Georgia squad currently down by 4. And not only that, I mean, it looks like that lead's going to be extended for Notre Dame because they will have a field goal from the 7-yard line. Kick is good. It's a 27-20 game and a fake end around. I feel like I've seen that play a couple of times, and it just ends in just domination from the defense every single time. They go a quick 3 and out, and Notre Dame with the ball back, and they take over. Keeper for the quarterback, and with a lot of room, I think he could have been off and running for a while. That is a hyper-conservative dive on his part. They will get the first down. I guess maybe his strategy is, hey, let's just chew clock. Let's just get the whole clock down, which, I mean, you're doing a pretty good job, but this dude's not going to go down. He'll take it for the touchdown. Okay, well, Notre Dame just ran through this Georgia team. They had 2 opportunities at a potential score. They dove on one of them and then still scored anyway. And Georgia now with 3 minutes to go. It'll be a throw inside. First down. Can Georgia, I mean, it was done once already in this video. The whole touchdown and getting the onside kick and scoring again and end up winning in the game. Well, Georgia, you got a 4th down situation. You do convert, and you are burning a timeout. So, yeah, you are full onside kick territory where you're not able to hold on to those timeouts. You're using another one. 2nd down and 2 from the 22. And running. He needs that first. He does have it for the clock stoppage. But just 50 seconds to go after a spike and an incompletion. He's sacked in a fumble. And it's picked up by Georgia, but it's a 4th and 26. And now you need a miracle here. And we'll even get it down there. Nope, he doesn't even throw past the sticks, and it'll be game over. Georgia goes down, and Gossett ends up with 42 yards on a 1,000-yard season and a 7-touchdown year. Just barely got over. Roy O'Neal, I don't like that he immediately goes pro the first chance he gets, and it was a 7th-round pick. Dwayne Azur goes to Oregon, and we have 1 wide receiver left. So Gossett is going to be starting. And Ty Stetterstrom, how about a +8 for him? He'll be starting. Dwayne Azur, Elite Dev, and the final receiver of this video will be Dre Caruthers, a elusive route runner. So we'll have the 3 that we currently have, Caruthers, and we'll finish out their careers, get to the stats and everything. We got Gabe Gossett missing a bowl game altogether. That's crazy. And Clemson now will have an opportunity in the playoffs. So 22-6 is their first round matchup where they dominate. Stetterstrom is now going to be in the next round against Indiana. 99 speed wide receiver, and now he's got a little bit of extra skills on him. He's got some better hands, better route running, and we'll see if it can help him out. Now, he isn't like the #1 guy at wide receiver. He still is kind of like the number 2/3 in terms of catches. He was like right in line with the #2 guy, but still getting a decent amount of production and scrambling. Clemson has the ball back. They are down by 11 though, which is rough, but let's see if we can get, I want to see like one big play from the 99 speed receiver. I want to see one where he catches it over the top, one where he burns the defense. That'd be fun. It'll go short in the dirt, and it'll be a 64-yard field goal. I had to correct myself. He actually had a good leg on that one, but he missed it. Like, this is what I mean. Some teams get real aggressive with kicking. That's why I get surprised sometimes when the teams are like, you didn't kick it from like 51? You got a team kicking from 64. How much better could that kicker really be? He had to have 99 kick power or something. But yeah, that's crazy. But Indiana, I mean, they're running the whole clock down. You're not even going to give Clemson a chance with the ball? I suppose not. It's goal to go from the 3. And they'll find the end zone, won't they? Yes, they will. Touchdown. Okay, that'll do it. And Indiana ends up rolling through Clemson in a 31-13 game. Setterstrom, 736 yards, 5 touchdowns. Gossett goes pro, 4th-round pick. And Dre Caruthers commits to USC. So we'll finish out everybody else's careers. And Setterstrom, he's all of a sudden like the highest overall we've had. What in the world? He's a 94 overall. Azur takes a nice leap. And then for Caruthers, he will be a star dev. So we'll just have Setterstrom this season. And Clemson, 13-0. And they go to the #2 seed. Another one of these games here in the second round where Ole Miss scores late, makes the final score look a bit closer than it really was, but it was just Clemson running away with this one. 37 points on the board. We head to the semifinals. And Setterstrom, I want to see like one big play from him. He's had a really good season, and we have yet another chance at a national championship victory for one of our players. So Clemson up 14-6, so they're in control and a chance to go to the national championship. And it runs straight through the middle, is going to get him a big gain. To the 17, and the handoff. Another hole opens up, and another run to the 4-yard line. Goal to go. Outside, brought down, and a loss of 2. 3rd down and goal now. And the throw. He'll run, actually. He'll get in. Touchdown. Clemson, a 2-score game. And they already rolled on through Ole Miss. They're breezing by Texas Tech. And, I mean, unless Tech is able to score a touchdown, which they haven't been able to do all game, Clemson's going to probably get an easy path to the national championship. 4th and 2. Tech is going to finally get the ball moving a little bit. I mean, Clemson's just out here working team, so I'm impressed. Under 5 to go. And the throw, as they will find a receiver along the sidelines. He gets out of bounds. He does make the grab, though. 4.5 to play. Play action, quick pass. Finally, can Texas Tech score a touchdown from the 7. We'll move the 3rd down. They got a man wide open. Finally, they find him, and he's in. And a touchdown. Clemson now takes over, up by 8, read option. And the keeper trying to see if they can run the clock out. But maybe you don't need to run the whole clock out if you're going to go and get a one-play 80-yard touchdown. Yeah, who cares about running the clock? Let's just do it all in one play and put them immediately back down by 2 touchdowns. If Tech does not score on this drive, it'll be a Clemson national title appearance. Underneath, it's caught 4th and 9. I mean, okay, well, it's do or die now. As the throw for the marker, got the first and plenty extra, 21 yards. As the throw up top. Got a step, separating, and got the completion. It's 1st and goal. 2 minutes to play. Tech can pull this off. And underneath, got him in, spins his way in for the touchdown. So with 2 minutes to go, can you get the maybe 1 or 2 first downs you need? He gets 1 immediately on the first play, but it's going to be the 2-minute warning. Now you need another first down. And he got the first on that play. And they'll have maybe 1 more just to run every bit of clock out. Yes, they will. Clemson wins. And guys, oh boy, look who they're going to be facing in the championship. It's Washington. And this, I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Washington's not having a good video. I thought maybe we were done with them, but look at this, man. Who cursed this team? 35, 42, 42-0 going into the fourth quarter. They're 15-0. They're the #1 team in the country. 49-0. 52-0. This ain't even a choke. This is just embarrassment. This is a humiliation ritual for Washington in this video. Ty Setterstrom has a really nice year, 1,300 yards, and goes to the NFL in the first round. Dre Caruthers goes and transfers to Colorado, and Dwayne Azur will start at Oregon. So we have just Azur and Caruthers, who takes a big leap up. So Caruthers will start at Colorado as well, and Colorado actually went 13-0, and all right, cool. Meanwhile, for Oregon, Azur and his 8-4 Oregon squad will be taking on Florida State. Hey, we got Florida State mentioned, so perfect time to plug. I got a Florida State Dynasty on the channel. It's a series, and I put a lot of time and effort to do it, so check it out if you haven't. But hey, I only brought that up because they're on the field here. I'm not going to plug it too much, but, you know, if you're watching 2.5 hours into the video, I appreciate it. And Florida State is going to miss out on a fourth down. Oregon is going to have the ball down by 4. Take a sweep to the outside for a gain to Florida State territory, and the completion will get him about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 41, and outside way over the head of one receiver, and now it'll be 4th down and 6. They need it, they got it, and they'll keep it moving, trying to get the touchdown to take the lead. I want to see some of Azur get some action here. Tight end's got a completion to him. That'll be a 1st down. We jump to 3rd down and 5, and end zone incomplete. 4th down, they're going for it again. Needing it, getting it. 2 4th down conversions on this drive, and it's been a long drive, as Oregon is sacked now, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 11, where they get sacked again, and after 2 4th down conversions, all that time, now they kick the field goal. I get it because you're so far backed up, but man, you went for it 2 times on 4th down. I probably would have kicked the field goal too, but that's just a frustrating outcome because Florida State's just going to be able to run this ball, and with no timeouts left, yeah, Florida State is going to be close to ending the game. 4th and inches. Oregon ends up getting the ball back with 30 seconds to play, gets sacked, and after all that time runs out, they got 1 play left. They get rid of it. They don't get it. That'll be game. Oregon goes down by 1 in the bowl game, and Azur ends up with 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. A pretty nice season overall, which means we just have Dre Caruthers up next for his playoff appearance. They'll be taking on Nebraska here. It's a 17-10 game, and, well, Nebraska's got the ball in the red zone. Quick pass on the screen, they'll lose yards. 3rd down and 13. And Nebraska looking for the 2 touchdown game, but they'll be pretty content throwing a screen and just taking a field goal to make it a 20-10 game. We'll see if, 13-0, number 2 seed, a 1st round bye. Like, they by no means are, like, not in the running, and we could get another national championship on the board. I know the last one with Setterstrom, not too eventful because it was 52-0, but it still is another one to chalk on to the final tally. And maybe the final player in the video can be, you know, another one of those national championships. We've had Ohio State, we've had Clemson, we've had Michigan, we've had a lot of different schools. We've had LSU. I almost forgot LSU too. We've had a couple. It's been awesome. And, again, the playoff success, when you are going to see the final stats, the playoff success in this video, when it comes to guys who at least made an appearance, it's up there for among the most we've had in any of these videos throughout the entirety of the years. That's one point of success where these players have been consistently on the biggest stage, which, that's been the thing. We want to see as many of these guys as possible. We don't like when, you know, the player will go through their whole career and we don't ever get to see them play. That stinks. You know, we had one player, we actually had 2 players like that. We had 2 players like that. It's unfortunate. Actually, I think we may have had 3. We might have had 3 players like that. Not many, though. That's the thing. That's the main idea here. Not many. There's 3 minutes to go. Colorado throwing outside. Diving grab. It's 4th and inches, though. They're not kicking the game-time field goal. They go for it. They get it. And now with 2:48 to go, needing that touchdown, you've committed this much, and you got it. Touchdown, Colorado, 20-17. And the pass outside for Nebraska. Chance to run out this whole clock. Colorado's already burned some timeouts, though. 2:30 to play. A couple of first downs will do it. There's another one. How about one more first down for the finish? And Colorado is going to have them at 3rd down and 8. Can they get the stop? And he will get rid of it. He should have taken the sack there. The 40 seconds are way more valuable than like the 10 yards you might have saved. Those 40 seconds are so much more worth running down. And now Colorado got a full minute. And they already got a first down on 1 play. And tackled here for 4 more. They got to hurry back to the line. 38 seconds to play at the 40-yard line. Take a shot up top. Floating it deep. Got a completion knocked out of his hands. 4th down and 6. Game on the line for Colorado. Step it up. Throwing for the first down. He's got it. They'll run back to the line. Spike it. 23 seconds to go now. And Colorado still one more chance maybe, but he's sacked. And it's 3rd down and 15 at the 44. Throws it short. That's just going to be game. He's trying to get out of bounds. He can't do it. And that will be the finish. Colorado goes down in the playoffs. And Caruthers ends up with 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns, had 99 yards in the playoff game. And what could be our final season here, Dwayne Azur is a senior. He's a starter. Caruthers is a 3rd-year player, but I mean, the overall threshold he's at, most likely he'll go to the draft after this. So Colorado, once again, number 2 seed, once again 13-0. And Oregon, once again, in a bowl game. This one, little bit different, 38-0 Utah. All right, well, goodbye, Azur. 2 1,000-yard seasons for him, so not a bad career. But this is the final run of the video, the final couple of games, or the final game. 13-6 as Colorado is down in the 2nd round. Will it be one and done back-to-back years, or can they go on a bit of a run this time around? As Oklahoma with the ball, up by 7 and at the 34-yard line, so in scoring range. And tight end in the flats. He's got another first and a stiff arm in the red zone. Oklahoma moving it well. And this could be all over for Colorado if they can't get a stop it. It's a touchdown. Brutal. I mean, I'm saying that because they only got 6 points on the board. What do you expect when you only got 6 points and you need to now score another 14 in the next 7 minutes? As the pass out in the flats, and Colorado's got another 8 on the play. 6 minutes to go. Throwing short. They're just getting it little by little, but I mean, Oklahoma will give them that as long as you're running, 10, 15, 20 seconds off the clock each and every time. It's 4.5 minutes to go from the 42, and he'll step up. He'll throw on the run. It's caught for another 8. 4 minutes to play, and the bubble will get a first down. But again, this drive is just so long. It's been such a just difficult struggle to get yards on the drive. Oh my goodness, they're taking so much time. And out of bounds, 4th down, you might not even score. Even after all of this from the 31, it's incomplete. Might be it. Oklahoma, 3 minutes ago, inside screen. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Pick 6 for Colorado. What are you doing throwing that ball to him? Okay, well, I mean, that's a really good play by the defense, and this game actually could go Colorado's way. 3 minutes to play, though. They need to get off the field, and, well, first 2 plays were a success. How about 3rd down and 6? Can you force the 3 and out? Yes, you can. Colorado gets a chance with 2:44 to go, and the completion will have a yard. And 2nd and 9. He's hit. He got it up at least. And, I mean, losing 1 yard's better than losing a lot more than they would have on that sack that they avoided. Throwing it deep now. 3rd and 10. Picked off. Just, he had to unload. I mean, I guess he didn't really have to unload it, but he did unload it. And Oklahoma for 1 first down to put the game away. They got it. That'll do it. And don't go anywhere. Caruthers had another 1,200-yard season. Another, both years pretty good. Just one and done. Azur goes in the first round, and Caruthers goes in the fourth round. But like I said, don't go anywhere. We have all the stats, all the info. Also, look at this, man. Look at all of this, man. Boise State is everywhere. Boise, another Boise, another Boise. How many is that? 4. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. That's 9. That's 10 national championship appearances for Boise State. Oh my goodness, that's insane. I mean, they didn't win all of them, obviously. They lost, like, a fair amount, but, like, dude, 10 national championship appearances in what totaled out to be, like, 28 years. And, yeah, that Alani Toomer, dude, back-to-back Heismans. Yeah, Boise ran things here. I mean, there was a couple of other teams who did well. I don't want to just only point out Boise, but, like, insane. Let's get into all the stats in the final info, though, and the stuff that I'm always interested to look at. Locations. It was absurdly spread out this time around, and there was some interesting developments considering, you know, Texas 3, fair, we see that, but the other team, or the other state with 3, New Jersey, interesting. 2, California, Florida, Virginia, and then look at the mismatch of all other states that had 1. Louisiana, Washington, Missouri, South Carolina, Idaho, Oregon, Ohio, Hawaii, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Arizona, and Georgia. Everywhere can produce the number 1 receiver. That's definitely the most diversity I've seen. It was kind of interesting. The first 8 receivers, 5 of them were a gem or a bust, so I thought we were going to have like a whole lot throughout the video. And then the remaining ones, you know, not really a whole lot. So we ended up with 4 gems, 4 busts, and still keeping the streak alive when it comes to these videos in College Football 27. No normal devs. Maybe it's just not possible for these guys to have normal dev. No quarterbacks, no running backs, no receivers at normal dev. And that's 75 total prospects that are number 1. So it feels like a pretty good sample size. 7 of them were impact, 9 were star, 9 were elite. All good stuff, like, for developments. I think this one had a little bit more on the impact side, but still, the fact that there's no normals is always good to see. Getting to the development path, a 5th year wasn't even necessary because only 2 wide receivers even made it to a redshirt senior season. Not even that many made it to a true senior season or like a redshirt junior. Like, a lot of them were year 3 and they're gone, which is why year 3 ended up having the highest overall. So, like, even more so than running backs, wide receivers are in and out of college with the quickness. And on average, you get about a 77, but the jump to an 82 in year 2, like, wide receivers also seemingly develop a lot quicker than the other positions. 87 at year 3. Goes down to 86 in year 4 because the good ones immediately leave. And yeah, the biggest 1-year jump, we had a couple of +8. So, like, not only was +8 the biggest, we had like, I think we had like 3 or 4 be a +8. Biggest overall jump, we had up to a 94 overall with Setterstrom, who got a +15. And then the lowest career jump still was a okay +9, but, you know, not crazy. Like, +9 though is for the floor. Not too bad, and a lot of draft success for these players. Look at the spread here. So only 2 players went undrafted, and one of them, not really fair. It was Averill, who was like an 85 and then like disappeared in the transfer portal, didn't commit anywhere. Presumably he would have jumped up 2 overalls, probably would have been drafted in the late rounds. So, like, we were able to have all but 1 player finish out his whole career and go straight up undrafted, which was the dude at Penn State who basically didn't play. But I mean, dude, 10 first rounders, that is like, that's a lot of first round talent. And second rounders were 5, so 15 of the 25 were first or second round picks. And then the rest of them, you know, 1/3, 1/5, 1/7. You got a couple of 4ths, a couple of 6ths. So, I mean, like, you get a lot of high-end talent here. I think this might be the highest ratio of, like, first-round picks and second-round picks that we're having. For the archetypes and individual ratings, 7 route artists, 7 speedsters, 3 contested specialists, and then, interestingly, we had 3 elusive route runners, but only 1 physical route runner, and 1 was a gritty possession. So, the more bigger physical and possession were towards the bottom. The only, like, kind of bigger body type of guy that we had was contested specialist, which was 6, but the other 2, not all that frequent. The route artists and the route runners, I mean, that's, you know, 7 and 3 elusive ones, 7 speedsters as well, and we had some high-end speed on display with some of these players, even up to 99 speed being the high end, and 98 excel. We also had a speedster have 98 excel as well. You're looking at the individual ratings and how good you might see them get. again, we've kind of had a theme here where, like, we've had a lot of players hit a certain threshold, and we've seen a number of, like, ratings hit that threshold. It seems like catching, 87, catching traffic, 87, and then spec catch, if you get those bigger body, you know, acrobatic catch guys, you may hit 90, but the route running, once again, 85 short, 85 mid. I would presume maybe 85 deep is probably about as high as you're gonna get, unless you get, like, maybe some generational rating from a player. And then release, I mean, pretty good. Like, release on average was the highest individual rating that wasn't speed or excel. 81.8 on average, as high as 89. Like, every player, for the most part, aside from a handful, had pretty good release. And the interesting thing is, like, not every player shows release. I had to go and find that myself, because some players on the main card have, like, agility as their main thing. One of them being like, and the gadget players, for example, also have, like, throw power shown. No players were gadgets, so, like, there's another thing, no gadget receivers. But, you know, I had to go and find release, and to my surprise, there were a number of receivers that, like, had really good release, like 89, 87, 88, a lot of those. So, hey, you get some good release from these players. But hey, look at the success of these players. I find it interesting comparing it to the running back video, where almost every running back had a 1,000-yard rushing season. I can't say the same about the receivers. 15 of 25 had a 1,000-yard receiving season, which is still the majority. But this is the impressive one. 19 of them made a playoff appearance. 76% of them played a playoff game. I feel like that's got to be about as high as we're going to see in, like, any of these types of videos. The thing is, a lot of them did go one and done. Only 9 won a playoff game, so there were more guys who went one and done, or, you know, maybe had multiple appearances and didn't go and win one. Then there were guys who had any sort of playoff success. But half of the players, roughly, 52%, made a conference All-American. We had the 1 Heisman winner. 2 overall were Heisman candidates. I wanted to shout out the fact that it was interesting, especially in the first, like, half of the video. 7 of 25 ended up at Ohio State at some point in their career, and 6 of them were contributors on a national championship team. And what I mean by that is, like, they won a national championship while being legit starters on the team, and 6 won NCAA All-American honors. We had some really nice years, and here are my pick for the 5 best individual seasons. And Lee at the bottom from Michigan, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. I think Dylan Murphy, he had that insane, one of the best plays of the video. That touchdown against Georgia from, like, 80-something yards out. He ended up with a NCAA All-American, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. How about Ty Setterstrom with the incredible average? Everybody here had 100 catches, and Setterstrom had similar amount of yards to these guys on 83 catches, because he had a nice 16.8 yards per catch with that 99 speed and 16 touchdowns. I thought the top 2 pretty clearly. Ruggs was so clutch so many times. Helped win a national championship, was a Heisman finalist, 11 touchdowns. So the touchdown numbers were the lowest, but I thought he was the most impactful player in the playoffs. And then Doug Long was the Heisman winner. No surprise to see him at the top, 125 catches, that crazy national championship finish, you know, Washington, and 23 touchdowns for a well-deserved Heisman win. It leads us into the best of the best, which stays mostly the same when it comes to the names we see. The only other person we see here, Ian DeGiri, had multiple 1,000-yard seasons and multiple double-digit touchdown seasons, which I felt like was worth shouting out. Also had a national championship. Ruggs had 2 1,000-yard seasons. Murphy, multiple 1,000-yard seasons, and had the highest yardage total in the video with 2,900. Doug Long still gets a shout-out here because he was a one-year player, but, you know, that 1 year was the Heisman Trophy. He had only a couple other catches in the previous 2 years. And then Lee had multiple 1,000-yard seasons as well and had the most 100-yard games individually. So that will do it for the video. Let me know what you guys all thought and who you thought was maybe the best player in this video. And like and subscribe, as all that stuff is super helpful as I continue to get all these videos out. I'll see you guys all in the next one.